Trading futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. Daily bands wrapping stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing, voices loud, future kings spinning on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every trade, oh, never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing, voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Time to read all it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Howdy friends, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the live show. You're ready to get rolling here. We got to hundreds of points of gap up and all the fun stuff. Trump and China, they've got a plan to make a plan, and you know how that goes. We're one tweet away from the market's ultimate demise or 1,000 more points. Love these kind of environment strains. January 2018 all over again. Hold on one second. Friends, all right, I gotta catch up, man. I've got 10,000 freaking things going on. All right, big announcements. Funded next. No consistency now on their accounts. Yeah, you guys know. Somebody must have leaked it, huh? Wasn't me. Ever. Actually, it wasn't me. Although I strongly hinted at it. Definitely wasn't me that leaked it. But yeah, it's correct. No DLL, no cap on payouts, no profit split, no monthly fees, no activation fees, and now no consistency. You guys ready to bankrupt the prop firm? Jesus Christ, let's do it. I'm about to smoke them for a couple 100,000 in payouts. Hopefully they can afford it. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, and there's a discount on top of it. So here's the discount. All right, it's on my Twitter if you guys want to go check it out. It is officially, it was the best prop account in existence. Now it is officially even more the best prop account in existence. All right, so it's Rocket 25 for new users using the link in description below, or code Rocket for existing users, and it's also 15% off of all challenges. No consistency on legacy, guys. Just for legacy. Rapid, if there was no consistency, dear God, you'd have a 2-day payout. That would bankrupt the firm. Again, let me explain something to you. They make a whole lot of money on the Forex side, and they're trying to make a splash in futures, and they're doing so. They are doing this to obviously as a loss-leading campaign for market share. Look, I'm a multi-millionaire businessman and how this works. They're losing money on purpose. How far can they go? Well, they've got a successful Forex business, one of the biggest in the world, or CFD business, sorry. They're the biggest CFD trading firm out there. So they can afford to do this. So either case, firms will just go bankrupt unless the out minus the in is greater than 0. So let's bankrupt them. That's all I got to say. Someone's going to bankrupt them. Guys, it's going to be me. Let's just be real. That's the whole point. So as long as the party's alive, then I'm going to be the one to take their money. That's for damn sure. They paid me out just fine over these last little bits of time. So I'm not worried about anything going on. They seem to be healthier than ever. And I get asked every single day, do you have any more people that you know that are like influencers or streamers? We're spending money for marketing. I was like, I see that. I've seen that every time you come up with these crazy deals. So they're pushing for supremacy in the space. Good, because, you know, I like seeing it. This benefits me pretty well. Legacy still shows consistency on their site because it doesn't go live until like 8 minutes, I think. Let me double check. I think it goes live in like 8 minutes. I think it goes live just at 9 o'clock. So maybe it's like not live yet. Oops, I leaked it. Uh-oh. Don't tell anybody. All right. Was I long in a DD band last night? Nasdaq, oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. Not in my Tradeify, it's just my Fund Next because it was on my phone. I logged in and put it on my phone and I was just throwing longs at it. So I'm up pretty good already. And I'm currently long in one account still with 4 contracts on NASDAQ. I basically took, like, I was long and scalping. And then this final thing, I closed everything out, went to bed. And then when I woke up this morning on this dip, I put 4 into it and just one as well, just to see if we open up and there's a liquidity pocket nearby. I'm literally going to go long in everything when I get there. Probably not the best idea to still be kind of trading this from here, but hey, don't even care. Yeah, don't tell anybody that I leaked it 8 minutes early, Ryan. Come on, man, keep my secret, bro. No payout cap, no consistency, no monthly fee, no activation fee. As a matter of fact, I guess I should go buy a bunch of these real quick. Hold on, let me double check. No consistency on legacy is fantastic. Like, it even matters though. With legacy, it's kind of a moot point. When I told you guys it wasn't gonna be that big of a deal, because it really isn't when you think about it. You're not gonna use the legacy to try to get 3 or 4 grand. Yeah, you might get a $3,000 or $4,000 payout pretty quickly. Oh, no consistency. You still gotta trade 5 days. So when I was telling you guys and hinting, I was like, pretend that something is, you know, a really good value already. And on Monday, they're going to make it 90% off. When y'all like, is it worth waiting for? I mean, it's more of a marketing thing than anyways. You don't really care about consistency when you have to trade 5 days anyways. Does this make sense, you guys? I mean, it's a big deal to not have it, but you'll be able to get smaller, faster payouts pretty quick. Like with Legacy, it doesn't show it yet. It doesn't go live for like 5 more minutes, I think. No, god dang it. Listen, when I was explaining it without leaking it, y'all are like, should I wait until next week to buy the accounts? And I was like, not really. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And here's why it's not that big of a deal. Even though it is, it's not really. Consistency doesn't, 40% consistency in 5 days to trade anyways, doesn't make any sense. You're not going to go over 40% consistency trading 5 days. Unless you get an accidental bump on like a news event, then whatever, just trade a couple extra days. Legacy's design is not to get a payout on day 5. Legacy's no DLL design is to do what I'm doing. Stretch it out to 1 million. Stretch it out as big as you can to get a fantastic payout. You're not going to care about 40%. It'll be done by the time you're at day 30. It'll be done by the time you're in your 3rd or 4th trade. So it's not really that crazy of a thing. That's why they're allowed. That's why they got away with doing it, because it's not really adding to the risk model. You're trading 5 days anyways. And 40% consistency pretty much averages out. If you have 3 solid days, you'll be fine. So you have to trade 2 extra days anyways. Pretty much nobody is getting to pay out busting their consistency anyways. You still got to have 4 active trading days. Now the question is, if you do blow consistency on your first day and you'll owe those payout, you could still roll the accounts the other 4. So like essentially 1 day pass on eval, right? 1 day blow up full port YOLO long something, and then roll them the next 4 days, which is where you just open, close, open, close, open, close, roll the day counter forward and get your payout. Yeah. Any one of you guys gonna be the first to try that and let me know how well it works? You ever trade with the bot for automation? I haven't, but I've always wanted to. Me, Vermont. All right, y'all let me know how it works. I might try it with a couple. Let me go really quick and see if I can't buy a couple of these things. It's code Rocket, right? Oh, I can't use my own code. All right, who do I like the best? Which influencer should I give credit to? Who should I give a tip to? The red candles. Do you have a code, bro? What's your code? All right, I'll give it to you. Yep. Tell me your code. Tory Trades. Oh yeah, y'all are so funny. Lumi. Is it red? All right, bro. I'll give it to you. Let me buy like 3 of these things. Let me double check really quick. All right, I'll give you the commish. Hold up. All right. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry about yesterday, man. I was supposed to call you. And I got tonight. Let's meet up tonight after boot camp. Let's chat if you're free. Okay. Hold on. Let me double check when it goes live before I do this. Hold on. Let me just wait till the turn of the hour just to be safe. Let me check the old group text. All right. We are going live in 1 hour. Oh, that's what he said. Okay. At 8:11 my time. Okay, so we're not going live until like 10 or 15 minutes from now. Excellente. Excellente. Okay, good. All right, so as of last night, I'm up, whatever this is, I don't know. The only reason this one's down is because I longed, like, when it gapped up, I bought, and then I was scalping the ones that were making money, and the one that I bought, I bag held through this, and then it closed pretty much $600 under on this U shape before I finally decided to pull the plug and end it. I should have held on all night. It's what I wanted to do, but then I said, you know, Trump could wake up in the morning and be like, you know, it's not as cool as y'all think it is. Never mind. All right. All right, y'all. I'm just catching up on socials right now. Welcome to the stream, friends. All right, y'all. Time to get rolling. All right. All right, let's buy myself some accounts here. Hold on. Wait, let me go. What was it's red, right? Okay, let me see if I can do it. It should be time. Let's test it out. Let me go to the website, make sure it's live. Hold on. Let's double check FundNX's crazy major deal goes live. Should be. Let's grab a couple of these things. I mean, not like a couple of them. I grab 100 of these things if I can. All right, start challenge. It looks like it just popped up on the screen. Let's double check this. All right. It still says consistency, but let me see. Code is Rocket, by the way. The pop-up showed up when I landed on the site. Let's see really quick. All right, let's grab one. Now I don't know how to check it because it wouldn't look any different inside of the dashboard here. But let me apply the code. All right, I'll buy like maybe 20 of these things today. I'll pop you the commish red. That's all right. I'll give you to them. I'm gonna load up. I mean, not this a really big deal, but it's good at least to have them. Because remember, consistency is awesome. I mean, to go away, it's awesome. But the account is already awesome, right? Hold on. Let me put the code in. Okay. 15% off. All right. All right, let's load that coupon up. It does not give me the discount, by the way. Hold on. It still says full payment. Let me try this. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, let me buy some of these things. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm loading up on the FundNX, no DLL, no consistency now. It's not that big of a deal because I already have 30 past accounts in reserve. So like it really matters. But you know me with FundNX, I'm going to be like the person that stockpiles you know, these accounts. That way, in case they ever take it away, because this is a loss leading campaign, I've got an infinite supply of them. So I'm going to be racking out payouts as much as I can, as long as they've got that deal going on. Hold on. I'll tell you what I mean by that in a second. So FundNX, right, has these crazy deals that they're trying to put out there to get market share. And the accounts have no monthly fee, right? And they just have an activity rule. Like if you don't trade them, they go inactive. But once you pass them, or if you don't trade them, they get blown up. But once you pass them, I've discovered is they will sit there in your account pretty much forever. That's the best part. Hold on 1 second here. Put some of this stuff down. You guys smell when I'm stepping in? Does that make sense? Right? It'll still say 40% when you buy it. No consistency on evals. That's right. Only on the legacy. Yeah, they got rid of consistency. So no more 3-day eval. It's a 1-day pass. So I'll let you guys know if I pass it. So I'm going to buy like maybe 30 or 40 of these things today. Why the hell not? When they pass, let's have some fun with it. All right. Got these bad boys set up. Wait, all I need to do is make 6,000 bucks. Right on this one. Let me pre-program them. So the risk setting is just 6. I don't even need, I can just leave it there. All right. Okay, let's do this. All right. So let me grab like 3 of them just to have fun with it, and then I'll grab like 30 more later. These are gonna be backup evals, and today is gonna be like a crazy volatile day. Let's just full port some evals. Let's have some fun. Let's see if it really is one day to pass on the legacies now. Mind's blown on that. That's where the real fun is. It'll save you a couple days on the legacy on the eval side, which is kind of neat. I feel like I have a splinter. You certainly do have a splinter. Hold on. Why do you have a splinter, you may ask? Well, there's been like, oh fuck. Is that it? No, hold on. This crazy backyard project we've been doing. I don't see it. Or whatever it is, you can see where it hurts. Hello guys, welcome to the Rocket Scooter Matt's Thumb Show. I'm your host, Matt's Thumb. Okay, let's go. Let's get ready to get back on to this. Oh, whatever. I'll deal with that later. No pain, no gain. All right, let me start one. Let me get one more. Let's see if they truly are one day to pass. So Fund and Next deal now is no consistency on evals in the legacy. So legacy has now become a one-day pass. When people are like, is this an amazing thing? I made a metaphor. I was like, imagine something that you get, it's already a good deal, right? And, you know, people were like, should I wait till Monday? And I go, well, imagine something you like that costs $100 and on Monday it'll cost 90. What I meant by that is it's a good deal. Was it worth waiting for? Well, maybe, right? Like if you already funded, it doesn't really matter. I've got like an infinite number of these. Well, I have like 30 pass evals with these guys already. They just sit there and waiting in case they ever get rid of no DLL, right? And go back to like normal trading rules. I've grandfathered in like 30 freaking accounts, like already passed, ready to go with no DLL. Now I'm going to grandfather in 30 more with no consistency. Like it really matters because the consistency is really only on the front end. It's going to allow me to pass the evals faster. It kind of would save, it basically saves me a little bit of money down the road. So remember, Fund and Next, the whole thing with them is that you get uncapped payouts. So no consistency doesn't really matter once you're funded with these guys, because this is not the account you're trying to get 2,000 and get a payout and 3,000 and get a payout. This is the account that you do like I do. You put $200,000 of buffer in it in the first, 2 or 3 weeks. I try to go for like big fat payouts. You're not, consistency won't be a problem at that point. Naturally, you're gonna have so many trades, the average will be low. But on the eval side, when you're trying to pass, now legacy is a one-day pass. That's the cool part. So for those of you buying the account, yeah, it's kind of a big deal if you're not already funded in life. Me, I'm just passing extra accounts to go in my stockpile. Like I said, I've got 30 past accounts that I haven't even signed the agreement on, just because I wanted to pass as many as I could before the no DLL deal went away. And by buying 100K is, yeah, the biggest one. But really the 50K is where the value is, I think, as far as price goes. But it's up to you to decide which one you like better. What's the Rocket code? It's Rocket. For existing customers is Rocket. Yeah. So there's still consistency on funded, but it won't matter, Black Sheep, because they're uncapped payouts, because you're going to trade them for 30 days or as long as you want. You're not going to really have consistency as a deal. It might delay your payout a couple of days, but you're not trading Fund and Next for baby payouts. That's what you trade Fund and Next for the Grand Slams. 100K just for sizing. Yeah, 100K for scaling and for bigger scalability right out the door to put the buffer in. I pay a lot of extra money to be able to do that. Essentially, that's what you guys nailed it. 100% correct. I'm going for, $1 million payouts and Grand Slams and trying to really show off. So my style is a little different than you guys. All right, let me just to start the day off, let me get 5 of these just to try. So remember, my trick with Funded X, just to repeat, whenever they had the no DLL, it was a temporary thing. So me and a couple of my friends like Tyler and Brian and all of us were like, dude, they're going to cut this deal soon. It's too good to be true. I'm talking to Brian, I'm talking to Tyler. Like all of us were like, we're loading up on as many as we can get. And then I found out when you passed them, as long as you didn't sign the agreement, they just sit there in your inactive list. They sit there forever. As far as I know, I've had some that have been sitting there for over a month and some change and they still haven't even gone away. So I pass it and then it says agreement required and then it just sits there. If I blow up one of my funded accounts, I just go there and sign the agreement and a new one pops up within seconds. So I've literally got a buffer of funded accounts to last me through the freaking apocalypse of these guys. Yeah, right. So if they're ever like, all right, guys, our loss leading campaign is over. We're getting rid of all these accounts. Sorry, that was it. And I'm like, oh, well, I got no DLL and no consistency in, you know, until the second coming of Christ. So I'm good. I can trade grandfathered in. Now it's costing me, you know, many tens of thousands of dollars to load up on them, but I've already made it back. I literally have had over $100,000 payouts with these guys. I'm about to get another 100, 200 something thousand by day 30. So these guys are probably, by the time I get that payout, maybe I can be $500,000 up. We'll see. Apocalypse schedule for next week. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm going to do. And just because, like, you know, the discount may not last forever. I'm in the prop space a little bit, but I know what all these firms do. You know, they come out with these stellar rules for the first year, and then year 2, the rules get like more relaxed. Well, let's grandfather in some stellar rules. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, they'll bring about consistency. They probably won't get rid of their payout cap because that's kind of their shtick. No payout cap is like their thing. They might just go back to like consistency and like, yeah, consistency is just a Halloween special. It won't be around forever. All right, I think that's 5. Let me double check. Okay, I bought 5. So why didn't I baby? Y'all are gonna laugh at me. Why am I not buying the 25K and the 50K because of the value? Okay, I'll give you 2 answers. Number 1, God, this is gonna sound so. Don't judge me for saying it like this, please. I'm rich and lazy. Please don't judge me for saying that. That's really the truth. I can't hide it from you guys. I don't want to check out 12 fucking times when I could check out 3 times. I don't have time to click buttons by checking out 1 at a time. If I could bulk buy, that'd be fantastic. Plus it's fear to manage. That's really the reason. I know that sounds stupid. But you can also get bigger. You can also trade larger size. And that's really the reason. That's the real reason. But why I don't go for the better value, quote unquote, the better value is the 50K, but you can only trade, it says 5 minis and 5 micros. But as I found out, you can trade 10 in the 100Ks, right? So it's not really 7, it's actually 10. So the scalability is better on the bigger one. And that's the main reason I went for it. But even so, if all things were the same and that was like a better value, I still would just want to check out fewer times because I don't have time to click buttons all day. I know it's, don't laugh at me for saying that. Why do I feel like I've got like maybe it's an ant bite or something? What is the trick? You like soak your hand in baking soda and water or something and the splinter just pops out, right? Or is it vinegar? IDOC has a trick. It still says 10% off. The coupon popped up on the screen, so I paid 10% off for this, so I don't think I got the full price. Hopefully they didn't. Let me double check the coupon here. It's 15% off. Bro, if they fucked it up and I just bought 5 regular ones, that's fine. I'll just buy 5 more. Whatever. They're all the same to me. The offer is live now at 8:15. Oh, okay. The offer is live as of 4 minutes ago. Okay, now let me buy a few more. Did I just waste 1,200 bucks? Let me buy like 5 more. Hold on. Let me double check the code here. Yeah, so I didn't even get any with no consistency. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, I got to do it again. Oops. It's not registering. All right, there's a bug. Hold on. Let me refresh. Let me try this one more time. The price of checkout is still the same, yeah. All right. It knocks it down, but when you click checkout, yeah. When you apply coupon, it works, but when you go to checkout, it's still the 10%, not the 15%. Let them know that. All right. We'll fuck with that later. No big deal. I've got like a week for it. Check the dashboard. It says consistency met. It's just not giving the 15% off deal. Let me check the dashboard. All right, let's see the numbers of the ones I did buy here. Dun, 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 dun. What is this one? All right, let me grab this guy here. Let's look at the dashboard. And it says consistency met, but it's also met because it's 0. If you haven't traded it yet, it will still say met because you're at 0. All right, I'm gonna let these guys know this. Let me get Slacks. Send it to Slacks real quick. Andrew, if you're here. You here, broski? All right. Can you follow up with Fun and X to make sure that there's no issues and that we know what's going on over there? Keep me in the loop, sir. Thanks. When you go to checkout, it's not giving you the discount price, so I think the deal is there's a bug or it's not active yet. We'll see though. We'll see. Hold on. Somebody said, "Hey, I made 20K last night." Yeah, sure, buddy. Are you talking about me? You literally make all my money off screen. I make a lot of money on screen. I made 47,000 on Friday on screen, and I made 45,000 on Wednesday on screen. Isn't that crazy? I cleared over $1 million last month. And I won also a trading competition. Isn't that crazy? Read above, right channel. What's up? Wait, say it again. Your guy says 50% of the description isn't changed, so it shows 10 but 50%. When they check out and pay, it's still 15%. Okay. Because I make all my money off screen, it's somehow you got the same dude in here every day that says the same thing on a different account. He's mad that his YouTube channel's sitting there in the dark underneath my shadow, I guess. We do cast a really big shadow. It sucks. How do you explain the contest ones? You know, I told myself yesterday, yeah, you guys want me to enter the Robbins Cup in the last month and win it just to like break some hearts? There's this cute little competition going on between a bunch of people that are up like 200% and 300% on a 10K account. It's adorable. So I was like, should I just go in there and steamroll the last month just to be funny? Just so I can win the Robbins. 300, because I didn't want to babysit an account for a year, but it only take me like 3 or 4 trades to get first place. Should I just do it? Just to like show up and do it? I hate Robbins so much, man. Yeah. I think like, yeah, I think the guy's mad that I make my money overnight and then he doesn't know what it is. Like he doesn't want the free callouts. Like it sucks. I know it sucks, dude, that I don't walk you to the finish line and hand money in your pocket. Can I tell you a secret? Like I don't give a fuck if you make money or not as a trader. This is like, I do this for me. Like I know there's a lot of gurus out there that want you to pay them money because they're like, we'll make money together. I don't give a shit if any of y'all make any money. That's the truth. That's the real truth. And I say that with love because this is Wall Street. It's a game of one, baby. We're friends. We're all competing. It's like that movie, The Long Walk. Did y'all watch that? The Stephen King movie? Right? We're all friends and walking together. But at the end of the day, there's going to be one person still standing. That's going to be me. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a bad way. We're all friends. But it's trading. When it comes down to you or me, it's going to be me. But we're friends too at the same time. It's a weird thing. Like we're all competing together, kind of. I hope we all make money together. I'm just being funny. But like for the guy that's like, why you make all your money overnight? 'Cause I don't really give a shit about you. I don't. Nothing personal. I'm out there sitting there at night like, oh man, I hope this guy can make money too. Let me let him know what my trade was, you know? And I'm trying to say that with niceness too. Like I'm trying to be nice about that. You know what I mean? Did y'all see The Long Walk? Did y'all like that? I actually read the book. My mom refuses to watch. My mom's the biggest Stephen King fan on the planet. And she's in the like gore and horror and stuff. My mom is so cool. Just like same kind of stuff I like. And she refuses to watch The Long Walk because she said the book traumatized her. No, because it's about, you know, it's like the precursor to the Hunger Games and all that. Kids like competing to the death, where there's like one standing. You know, Stephen King sort of like created this competition where these boys just walk down the street, and if you walk too slow, they shoot you. And then the last one that wins gets anything they want in the world, kind of thing. And we watched it this weekend. It wasn't bad, although the ending was different than the book. I read the book when I was one of the first I read when I was okay. Don't polarize your followers or here as a community. Yeah, but you're also here as a community. You're also here to win against the followers too. I'm not mean. I'm insecure. That's what the same guy said. I don't know, man. It's really hard to be insecure when you're now like the biggest name in futures. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we just broke 100,000 subs on the platform. Same time last year, we had like, I don't know, 4,000. Dude, we'll be at 1 million at this pace by next year. That's hard to be insecure about that. Even if I called out trades, you wouldn't follow them. So why are you here? Which YouTube channel is yours, Struggling Guru? What is it that you're doing wrong that you don't have a big enough following that you're entertaining them right now? You're over here entertaining us. Oh, I think I know who you are. This might be the same guy that threatened to rape my kid. Oh yeah, I ruined his life. So comically, like 4D chess style. It was hilarious. I did everything on purpose too. All right, I think this is that guy. I absolutely ruined his life. Ruined his business, ruined his life, everything. For saying that about my kid. That was probably that same guy. All right, 310. You guys, you know, somebody had it literally a troll do that. And I didn't take it lightly. I took it all the way to the end. Legally. I got that kind of money. I got that kind of money to waste time in my life just to fuck you. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, appreciate the troll. Watch the trades. If you don't like it, you don't need to be here. Yep. What I think of the gap? We're gonna wait and see what happens. So right now, guys, I've got my monthly hedge pressures marked up on here. We are 67.77 right here. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. All right. Oh shoot, I didn't even type up the deal. Okay, so Funded Next, dude, they've got the biggest giveaway. I mean, the biggest. Let me time this really quick. I forgot to do this. Funded Next is. All right, let's get ready to roll here. Get the gap up the open, nice and clean. Just for funsies, let's grab one contract, one account here. I've got those 4 contracts still in this other account. Go ahead and I don't know what's going to happen, at least on the open. It's looking pretty solid. We're outside the DD bands, long, strong pivots only. I don't really know what's going to happen here. I'm gonna wait for my info to come through. So I'm gonna long a liquidity pocket, long a DD band. We are about 100 points up this way. I hate doing this though. This is an account that needs to only make like 600 bucks blocking the next payout. We'll see what we get. I forgot to type in the deal here. All right, so Funded Next is Funded Next. Link in the description, use code. All right, so that's, let me just go ahead and lock that in really quick because I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold on to this. Looking solid. I have 4 contracts long at the open and 1 account only. Let me close that out and just take profit because I don't really know where this is gonna go. Straight up, pop and drop. DD band is the long today, guys. Resiliences are nice and strong. Ratio is really good. Let me close out. I don't want to, hold on. Let me just chill for this really quick. Let me get my bearings on this. All right, I locked in another 3 grand, but you know, that's what it is. Okay, I'm locking it in. Let me just chill on this and see. We've got all A+ below. This is like trading in no man's land, dude. And so off of this, DD band is the long setup on NASDAQ today. Half gap is the worst case scenario. If this is nice and bullish, half gap is the support. Same thing here on S&P. So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm not going to take a big long off the DD band right now. I'm going to chill. I'm literally going to chill. What happened to the dynamic tonight? I didn't post them. I did post them. I didn't post the old ones. Today we're voting on the new model, by the way. Okay. Hold on one second. The new code for Funded Next, I'm slightly firm. So I'm going to wait and buy the dip. That's it. Code ROCKET. 50% off Funded Next using the description. Code ROCKET. Ah, 50% ROCKET. In the description, code ROCKET 25. ROCKET. 15% off existing customers. Hold on. Okay, so no consistency on evals on legacy. Just letting you guys know that right now. I'm going to pin that message in the chat. Friends, do me a favor, hit that like button. You guys know the drill here. We're giving away 315 My Funded Futures accounts. Giveaways every half hour. Starting at 10:30. A 1,000+ likes triggers it. Let's go. Giving away the 10K BDH prize. All right. Like I did, I had this like daydream the other day that I was gonna just enter the Robbins Cup in the last moment and just win. And I'm gonna break so many hearts because there's a bunch of people that have built like a tiny little following. Like there's this girl that's in 3rd place. I've been following her saga. She's so exciting. She's pretty adorable in her approach. Just like I'm kind of just new at trading, but oh my God, I'm in 3rd place. Can't believe I'm still in 3rd place kind of thing. And man, I feel so bad going in there just trampling if I absolutely do, but it's a very fun, friendly, healthy competition at the top. And there's a lot of people that are really rooting for this girl to win. So if I don't, I hope she does, but the third place person, she seemed like a nice person, a nice lady. I think she's older. I might just go in there and last minute just to steamroll just to say I did it 1 year. You software on mobile? You can't. JLC. Ours isn't a mobile friendly. You can use it on a mobile device by logging into a browser because it's web based, but we don't have a mobile app. I'm a killer. Killers have no emotions. It's not Tori, no. It's Marcy. That was her name. Yeah. I've been following the saga, and I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, the top person's only a couple 100% up on a 10K account in this environment. That's just like a couple trades to get on leaderboard, just to do it. Gamma trying to get a taste. Gamma, what you doing? Gamma, are you shorting today? Or where are you gonna long from? I'm just chilling on this. Sorry, I forgot to update the screenshot here for you guys. And also, I went and bought 5 new no consistency accounts. This is where we are right now. I did close out that long. So today we're going to be looking for, like I said, everything greater market, guys. How many of the greater market signals are bullish? All of them. And I haven't even looked at monthly maps, but I know it's going to be bullish. So we are pretty nice, pretty clean on this. That Nasdaq has pulled back about 70 points. At the top, yeah, 69, 67, baby. Hold on. NQ sandwiched between hedge pressure and MHP. Yeah, looking at it like this. Can I explain the setup? Yeah, so off to the left, off to the right, my setup is right here. So the algorithm actually draws my setup for me. I don't have to think about it. So this particular setup is longing at the open. 1A small trade. We're outside of DD band, so it's basically irrational. It's small anyways if I do make any trades. Just waiting right here for this. One second. Okay, gonna wait. I think that the setup is actually not too bad from here to be long at the open. I don't think it's a terrible idea to even be long in a small position. No shorting this. I did close out just to kind of wait to see what it did on the development here. But honestly, I would like to see it today, even though I miss out on anything from the upside from here. Half gap long is still a pretty good trade, I think, going forward. I am going to, what am I looking for right here? All right, guys, who is longing and who is shorting and who's do nothing? So I hear that Fundanext is slipping in a sim cap somewhere. I don't know if that's true. Can my sleuths get in on this? Is there a sim cap on payouts coming in the fine print? If somebody can go read that. Let me double check. Let me ask them. You tag me in Discord about it? That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm getting texts about right now. Hold on. All right. Can you tag me again one more time? Because I didn't see it. Oh, it's something in my eye. Okay. Holding off on the long here at the open. I'm going to wait at least CDBM my first sim to long, so we'll half gap. So today's setups are going to be wait for the dip and buy. Someone clean as that. Yeah, okay, thanks, Simon. Appreciate it. Yeah, just tag me in market chat or something. Or did you actually DM me? Where did you send it? Is this their distraction technique to sneak in a payout cap? Means wait, but I need to be able to get my award-winning payout. Rock Security keeps auto scaling. Jeffrey, go here. Go to settings, bring up your settings window, turn off auto scaling. How now the splinter's in my eye. I feel like it's in my eye now. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate that. Okay, so my setups today are, hold on. Yep. They giveth, they taketh. I better get my record-breaking payout though, or I'm gonna be sad. You know that lifetime payout cap is gonna come at some point. That's the only way that a business like that can survive. But they better not do it before I get my big payout. That's all I'm saying. The road to live. Okay, yeah. Thank you. It's probably in the FAQ. But probably not there yet. we've had this talk a couple more times, is that I'll ask them for it. So they talk about their live program, this and that, but they don't have a live program yet. So what they're doing is prepping for what's to come. So I don't think it's official that it's Ninja snuck in there. It's just snuck in the FAQ. Can I tell you something about the road to live? Let me tell you how prop firms work. If you don't have a live program, regulators might shut you down. So I have a feeling that they just talk about a live program and fund it next just so that they can pass regulation. I don't think they have a live program yet. They're going to get one eventually. So when they do, I think it's a payout cap like what Simon sent. And that's going to be something that will be actually in play. Journey to live for 100% total performance rewards. Then you go to live. Yeah, 100%. That's no different than what it's always been there. Okay, I thought it was something like different, which at the end of the day is not even a live. They don't even have a live program yet. So that's the new thing. It sounds sketchy as hell. Well, I think in reality, okay, let me tell you in general, it's not like they don't want to have a live program. It's that they haven't made it yet. It takes a while to get set up, to get approved. You got to get approved with the broker. I mean, it's a long path, trust me, for a prop firm to go live. And that's a whole lot to do. So I think in the meantime, people are like, why isn't there FAQ path to live when there is no path to live? It's in the FAQ because it is coming down the road. But why did they put in the FAQ now to confuse everybody? Because everyone's like, well, there's a cap, right? And you're going to go live. And well, they don't have a live program yet. I think it's just in there to satisfy regulators that it's more like coming soon live program. That the regulators can go, okay, this is a legit prop firm. In a business sense, I'm just thinking ahead. I have no evidence this is what's happening. But if I was like, you know, imagine that you're trying to do something that you need a license to and you don't have a license to do it. You would put like license coming soon or something like while you're working on it, just to let people know that you're doing the right thing on paper. I don't know. No, end of the day, Jorge means end of the day. So it's the top of your balance the previous day minus whatever your drawdown is. That's it. Open position, closed position, whatever. It's fixed in time. You're worried they won't pay me. Please request the money fast. Oh no, they're gonna pay me. Listen, let me tell you something about this. If they don't pay me at the level I am with you guys, at the level I am with the community, if they didn't pay me, let's just pretend there's nepotism here for big streamers. If they didn't pay me, there would be suicide for the firm. Now, the question is, will they pay you guys? Now, I don't think a lot of firms do favorites, but a lot of firms wouldn't juke out a big streamer at the end of the day. Boy, that would be the end of them. So I'm sure they'll pay. As unfair as it sounds, I'm really worried about you guys. Now, I've never not been paid ever. I've had zero issues with them. In Fund and X Futures, nobody's had issues with them either. So the question is, will you guys get paid? That's what I'm hoping. Dashboard, Slacks is working on it. So I'm going to tell him to give you guys updates in chat. Okay, can you give chat? As you get them, can you drop in there? I'm in the streaming. I can't really pay attention to it right now. I've got Andrew on it though. He's going to talk to them. Whatever dashboard glitches or whatever there are with consistency, I'm not gonna let Andrew. Let's see if he can look it up and tell you guys. If it's a fast track bucket shop. Well, here's the thing though, TopX. They are a big, massive CFD firm. They've been in the space for many years and they're the biggest CFD prop firm. They're not going anywhere. That's the whole thing. They're using the money they're making from CFDs to create a loss leading campaign to steal market share from Top Step and the other bigs in the actual space for futures. So it wouldn't make any sense for them to be trying to bankrupt themselves when they're so healthy. they've got money to waste right now. And the goal is to make a splash and steal market share. Dude, I know how it goes. You know, can I tell you what a $20 boot camp does to your business? It increases your business thousands of % per month over the course of a year. Create a loss leading campaign, which is give away something for very cheap or very free, and people will buy your other products. And so, you know, as far as like good business, it makes sense. Now, how much they can afford to siphon from their other business unit, I don't know. But apparently they're so huge, they don't care. All right, so the stop tip, LOL. I'm waiting for NQ. So now I get my here's what I'm waiting for today, guys. The first trade I can take is a very small, like micros, okay, off the open. That's the 1A trade. I'm not, because it's above DD band and it's small already, small of small. But I'm gonna like not take this. But the real trade I want to get is to long off of the band itself and long off a half gap. These are pretty decent setups. I'm gonna give them both, like this is a B+. And we don't really rate this one because it's just more like irrational. We'll just call this one a B. I'm not gonna take this one. So I'm gonna sit out on the long at the open. It's not picking up a lot of steam. And I do want a long at half gap. So I'm gonna wait for here and then blast it hard with every account I've got. How big is the lifetime payout cap? There isn't one yet. When they have a path to live, it looks like it's gonna be 100K, but it's not released yet, which kind of is like a race for me to get my payout. But yeah, so you guys pay attention to Discord. Andrew will keep you guys updated with what's going on for the next. But I have zero worries that these guys are going to have a fast track situation. I think they're very calculative on what they're trying to do. The offers that they're offering people to work with them are ridiculous. Like they're hiring celebrities and stuff to endorse them and everything. Oh, it's crazy. So in such a massive competitive space, you got to sink a lot of money into marketing. They're doing it right. The question is, how long can these awesome deals last until they have to change the rules? You guys got to be smart and know there's an end to this. But in the meantime, I'm going to grandfather in a bunch of accounts. Here's the thing. If they screw me over, that's going to be extremely bad for them, because word spreads in the community that somebody big got screwed over, then all the community leaders will now sort of like be pressured to shun them and boycott them and whatever, because they're not going to want to subject their viewers to that. And the biggest question you guys should have is not whether I get paid, is whether you get paid. Whether they like the real question is whether they become sneaky and shady, which they haven't. They've been wonderful. But would they become sneaky and shady with like some of the smaller customers, right? Sometimes firms have been said to give, like, you know, the traders, the influencer, or the streamer, or the whatever you want to call them, favorites. I'm gonna tell you, I've never personally experienced it at all. I've had the same issues with Apex everyone else has had, and so I don't feel like they play favorites over there. But it's not impossible that a firm could do that. I'm not saying that they would do that either. But the question is, there's two questions you need to ask: will they pay me, and will they pay you? If they're honest firm, we'd be treated the same way, which they are. I've never got any favorites, I guess. Well, I mean, our community has gotten, you know, advanced in the line of customer service, but that's part of the contract. I required them to do that for us. So I guess we all get special treatment there. But I don't think you guys will have issues with them. I think at some point in the next month, 2 year, whatever, you're going to see the DLL is going to come back. Consistency is going to come back, and it's going to be a normal competitive prop firm on the likes of MFFU and all the other good ones. So ETF has a new account that just came out as well. Let me talk about that really quick. Let me see if it's live already. I just got a message about it this morning. 10K end of the day. They have a brand. Okay, so hold on. They're rolling out with a new fast track product at ETF. $57 all in. First month activation for free. It's end of the day loss limit. No DLL. Qualifying as little as 3 days. Max 10 calendar days. Are they rolling it out yet? Okay, it's live now. Okay, now it's live. Okay, let's make a post about it. Okay, now it's finally live. All right, let me throw the post in there for this one. Lead Trader Funding now has what I call a value account. End of the day account. Damn, that's actually real. 57 bucks. Okay. So remember, the value accounts are along the lines of like $100, like the $99 Rapids or the $74 My Funded Futures. Now ETF came with the $57 account. Okay. Let me get the info about this one. 3 days. Okay. End of the day. No DLL. That's great. 3 days to pass. Decent. Pass. Must pass in 10 days. Fast track. Oh, it's a fast track. Okay, so you got to pass it within a certain time frame. Pass in less than 10 days to win. Ah. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, let me make a note of that too. Let me type this. I need to update all my marquees here. Okay, ETF. New 57 all in fast track. 10K. Amazing deal on that. Okay. Okay, good deal, good deal. Dang, dude, this is like 10K account. It's a small one though. So no, ETF has a special kind of account called a fast track. It's like dirt cheap, but you have to pass it in 10 days. Like there's a clock, and when the stopwatch goes to 0, you fail. So it's a race. So they have a cool, nobody does anything like that, but it allows the account to be super cheap. Like when it's volatile and stuff, you can pass it really quick anyways. Look, I've traded trade wars shit long enough to know that a plan to make a plan is not really strong enough bull market to jump in along here. Trump's plan to make a plan, even though looks like it's trying to rocket up a little bit higher. I do want to wait for the market to maybe make an attempt for this. Half gap is it. I think the plan to make a plan is enough to hook half gap and go. I don't think that this is a trade war resolved just yet. So jumping at the long from here is kind of risky. I have made that scalp once. I'm gonna kind of wait, see if I get something better. Yeah, we're thinking about planning. And hell, Trump could tweet anything at any moment that says, yeah, it's not exactly what they said because we're still kind of working on it. You know what I mean? I've been trade warring enough to know to take it easy, but it's looking pretty solid. All night was actually a much slower move than I anticipated. There wasn't as big of a response in the Asian session as in Asian sessions I was hoping to see. Pre-Asia was just flat. Asia finally started to move and then got flat. And then, you know, Europe sort of sold and then ripped. And then now we're sitting here, right? Do I think it's time to short this? Nope, but I don't think it's time to long either. I'm going to wait this out, grab some dips at the B pluses and the Bs, baby. That's his normal negotiating process. You can just tweet something like any moment in time, right? Now, strategically speaking, just because I can, let's go ahead and take one S&P trade. This one needs to make just a little bit. Let me sort of like, you know, David Blaine some of these freaking Fund and Next accounts too on the long side. Some of these evals, why the hell not? Waste a couple $100 if I'm wrong. What's the max position size on the eval side? Probably 5, right? Yeah, 5. Okay. So I'm gonna nuke it with some of these new evals I just bought. Let me go 5 in 2 of these accounts. Just here, open S&P. This is gonna be here. This is gonna take a loss if I'm wrong. This account has $50,000 of buffer. It can take a little bit of a heat dip. Longy at DD band is something I do want to take. And actually, let me try this one as well with 3. Five. 5 is good. Okay. I'm gonna cap off these 2 right here to final. And I bought 5 more, so I got 5 more evals on this Fund and Next too. Just with the new accounts, just to play with them. All right. Hello. Good morning. Oh, thank you. What do you got? Hey, thanks for the breakfast. All right. What time are they coming today? Oh, yeah. Oh, that needs water. Babe, what was your trick to get a splinter out? I feel like I have a splinter. I think it's a splinter, and maybe it's on my thumb, like on the pad of my thumb here. Duct tape. Oh, that'll work. Soak your finger in soy sauce. Hell yeah. Salty water, baby. All right. I popped these evals with 2 evals with 5 contracts NASDAQ. These 2 each with 1. I didn't touch these 3 guys right here, or these 4 guys right here at all. Sorry, I can't do math. Just these 2. Let's just try to say what I'm actually trying to say. I only touched these 2. I got 5 new evals. I popped for the new no DLL. Just gonna try to YOLO pass them in a day and see how well this consistency thing works. Just testing it out. Barely touching these Tradeifys here. God, I know I'm being such a wuss when it comes to these things, but man, I'm like sort of just, I don't know. I'm not feeling this momentum here. Whatever it's worth. Not feeling the momentum. Let me take profit on this. Hold on. Let me just close it. I'm I'm getting some kind of like weirdnesses is about this one. It's looking good, but that one just needs to make 600 bucks anyways. It's up 400 bucks. I need to make 200 more on that one. Get my next payout. There's still consistency on eval? No, there shouldn't be. Let me double check. No consistency in general. 25% off all challenges. No consistency roll on legacy until Halloween, and that's it. The 50% off code is available infinite number of times. Is correct. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that no consistency thing, load up on that if that's your thing. Well, like if it's 1 day pass on legacy, dang, right? And you can just kind of like brute force these things to the finish line. Let me see if I can't just... Is it funded stage only? It doesn't say. Let me look at that. Let me look at the thing they sent again. Hold on, let me go double check this. Let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, let me double check this. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, where are we? Wait, that's not the right. Let me go to that. Let's go here. Oh, at the funded stage. Oh, okay. So it's just on the funded stage. Womp womp. Okay, it's not YOLO Pass. Yep, it's just the funded. It's just the funded stage. You guys are right. Well, that's it. Yeah, just funded. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's not that big. That's right. I was confusing myself because when I heard the deal at first, I was like, it's good. It's great. It's not like it's gonna matter. Like, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Treat it like your favorite item is a 10% off sale. Because in all honesty, once you're funded with these guys, you're not gonna care about consistency anyways. I don't. You're gonna trade 5 days anyways. You're not gonna have 40% consistency unless you just decide to YOLO play one of them. So now what it is you still got 3 days to pass, 1 day to YOLO a big profit, and then 4 days to flip the account to get your payout. So that's still better than, you know, a sharp stick in the eye. It's still better than what it was. It's just not 1 day pass on challenge. That's right. Yeah. So for this particular offer, we remove consistency requirement from the legacy funded account, which is the legacy funded stage. It's a major benefit for traders. They can receive their payouts much more easily as long as they maintain the cycle and minimum rules. You get your payout. So it's not on the challenge phase. Don't YOLO pass them on challenge. I repeat, no YOLO pass on challenge. They always had 40% consistency, Oscar, on legacy. It's 40%. 100% confirmed. Yeah, this is the text message I got from them. I was reading you guys verbatim what they wrote. Any yellow line coming up? Well, let's double check. What we got? What we got? What we got? Well, shit. Let's go find one. Bum, 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 bum. It's got to be up here somewhere. Let's go back down and measure. You can treat, this is a newer, kind of like a newer technique. You can treat like when you gap up, like a huge gap up like this, and you don't fill that anchor point, you can treat that close like a yellow line as well. That's like a newer development that's not in the videos. But what we started considering is that gap ups are just like impact lines, or sorry, gap ups are just like anchor points. And the half gap between the two on a big gap up, you can treat like a red line. And so this one, as an example, we would be at a yellow line here. And if I were to draw the red just from wherever it's going to be, I'll go back and do it exactly where it's going to be. I'm gonna demonstrate what I mean. You guys, you veterans, this is a newer technique, but it's part of the understanding of the whole gapping philosophy. Same setup, right? You can go from here, close to open, this like half gap. Okay, that's one thing that we have is the half gap. Let's mark it really quick. But then you also treat the whole thing like it is a red line as well. Like any gap up that doesn't get filled, you can treat the same way. Right, so what we're gonna do here, make a red line. Give an anchor point right there. We're gonna make this half gap dash white. Okay, and we're gonna zoom out, and that should be a yellow line. If all suspicion and calculations are done correctly, this is a yellow line, you guys. Now, this is the new theory, is that the gaps can also be considered for impact lines. And that should be on point. Getting pretty close to it. Let me double check the margin requirements haven't changed. Is it still 209.50? Okay. And S&P is going to be able to do the same thing on S&P. So I'm pretty much chilling on this. I just have one contract and 2 accounts. That's it. And I'm not even excited about it. I pretty much trimmed out most of what I made. I've got 2 runners on the table in those 2 evals, the new ones I purchased. Just eval only. 58.50. Okay, let me show you guys the trick. This is a trick to find a high volume pivot at all-time highs. This is one of my favorite tricks out there to do this. And it's people like call us wizards, dude. Whenever we do this thing, they think we're some kind of like magic wizard. It's crazy how good yellow line pivots are. But it's just math, right? There's some cool stuff that comes with it. Let me teach you guys a trick. Okay, so here, we're gonna measure, just put this here arbitrarily. We'll come back and correct it in a little bit. Let's go back to, I'm just kind of guessing on the 5-minute chart. I should have done this back then. This is a new development in this type of analysis. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna mark the close. You're gonna mark the open. Through a huge gap like this. The middle line we're gonna put as a half gap, right? Just put this there when we measure the red line. This is considered a red line, this whole thing. And we're gonna mark this all the way up to that first sort of bump there. Delete that. Dash line that. Watch this, guys. This is gonna be really cool. And then what you do is you're gonna take the yellow line distance, wherever it may be. The close to the top should create another yellow line. Because it's considered an imbalance, just like you would get like a catalyst. Same thing. All right, so that's it. We don't have anything nearby on the S&P, unfortunately. Let me double check. I'm not missing something over here. I wonder if that day had one. A Tuesday. And this was the day that I marked. if this one counts as well. Yeah, this one certainly counts. Okay. I have one more. How did I overlook that one? All right. Okay. Yeah, still nothing nearby on the S&P. Nothing nearby. Whoops. Nothing yet. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so I am just kind of chilling. I've got one contract longs on some evals. The ones I had 5 on, I trimmed out to 1 just to hold 1. Just chilling, waiting for something better. And those A pluses, baby. So nothing nearby. There's a kind of that slight ninja yellow line over here in NASDAQ, but B plus is here. Open still is a pretty decent in the 1A trade here. It doesn't look like it's going to sell off in short today. But like I said, I don't think we're getting a lot of momentum. I think there's just going to be some pretty good scalp opportunities from here. And if Trump tweets something, the market's going to move quick. So what I kind of want to do is wait for that. I want to have something on the table in case it does launch up. But I'm not taking a lot of risk from here. Yeah. I wonder if all the make a little correction. So my sources say the live account thing isn't live yet. So they've been giving 100K payouts. Yeah, so it's not live yet. There's no cap yet. No, it's only accounts bought with the deal, Black Sheep. So I got to buy some more. Yeah, they didn't retroactively go turn all my accounts. I have that for sure. Wait, Tony Clifton, what? You assume they didn't reinstate them? No, they didn't reinstate them. Wait, that's my Tony Clifton. I'm Tony Clifton. It's a really bad Tony Clifton impression, but I'm a huge Andy Kaufman fan. I don't know, no Andy Kaufman. It's not bad. Oh, it's pretty bad. I would give it a 4 out of 10. Read your questions here. How do you lose the log? You heard Louis Anderson. They probably all kind of. At least in all my other impressions, people say all my other impressions sound like Sylvester Stallone, no matter who I'm trying to do. Yes. Yes. Am I gonna be okay for an hour?
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be gone for an hour, sweetie. You okay?
Oh.
Promise me you're gonna be okay.
Why would you do that to me? How dare you? No. Why? Why would you leave me? Where are you going? Work out?
Solid core, yeah. I need
In a while. All right.
him up.
What time are they coming up here today?
I don't know. He's not responding to me. They usually get by 10.
It's fucking good.
Oh.
Okay. Really?
You smell.
I probably just need to take a shower.
Oh, God.
Just kidding.
Wait.
Stop. Stop.
You smell fine. It's the flowers.
Yeah, I think it's just the dead flowers. Yeah. Oh, I can plug in the air freshener. Oh, it is. Let me smell. Smell anything?
The smell now.
Smells all right. All right. Yeah, when the guys get here today, dude, I chewed out the guy. They completely, like, here's what happened. Like, I got in the guy's face. I was like in his face, like griping at him, like literally like face to face, just like, I was like, you guys fucked us on this project.
Tell him, babe.
I said you fucking scammed me. Yeah. I said I have every right to get my lawyer involved, and I said I can bury your company for fraud, you know, in a lawsuit. Like, I literally told this guy, like, you don't have the expertise. You lied about what you said you can do. These guys didn't even listen. Let me just tell you, in general, I was very angry finally at the end of this. So when they started staining the wood of the fence, there were swirl marks on it. You know why? Because they didn't sand the wood. They just bought the lumber. See, I'm not supervising it because I've done woodworking. I know how to do it. Anybody here does woodworking, right? You don't just stain wood. Like, he's like, well, we bought the premium material from Home Depot. I was like, are you a fucking moron? That's what I told him. Yeah, so when you have swirl marks on wood, it's because they did shortcuts when they were sanding it. They used either too fine of a grit sandpaper, they put too much pressure on the rotary sander when sanding it. So it leaves swirl marks that you need to swirl out. And if you stain, it's going to stain unevenly and you're going to see swirls all over the wood. So when I walked outside, they had painted one whole, or stained one whole half side of the fence. It's just like swirly the whole way across. And I'm talking to this guy. I'm like, you guys didn't sand before you stained. Well, I mean, he's like, well, that's not what we do here. And I was like, what do you do here? Said, you didn't tell us you didn't have expertise in any of this, dude. You were just like, this isn't a structural piece. This is a cosmetic piece. This is like building furniture. You guys aren't woodworkers. I was like, I could have gone to Home Depot and hired a crew myself, which is what you did. And you put a surcharge on it. You're not even here. And he's like, well, we didn't even charge you for the sanding and the staining. And I was like, you did. Here, it's on the bill. And he's like, oh, I guess we did. And I was like, yeah. I'm assuming he's not going to show up today and he's just going to abandon the project. So let's start shopping around just in case that happens. We need somebody to finish the project. Yeah. You got to fill it and sand it, everything. Yeah. Unclean sandpaper causes that too. Right. So like when you get like lumber at Home Depot, wherever they get it finished, it's just finished, but you got to finish the finish to make sure it like looks good, or test it out to make sure, oh yeah, it's got marks on it. Let's go through and run a sand on it. They didn't even sand the top, the bottom. They just put it in like it was. And then it's uneven. I mean, it's just like, look, this guy hired a crew, did his best, and we got bamboozled. So it's cedar. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, if you don't do it, why did you do it? Yeah. So we got the swirlies on it. By premium, you have to pressure wash it first. Paint it black and charge them. There you go. No. Can you shut the door every time you come in here, please? No. Don't leave. You have to shut the door because I hear the echo. Thank you. Yes, it's really bad. Well, here from like in the middle, because I hear it like. You can't hear it? Okay. Thanks, babes. We got bamboozled. Bamboozle for the foozle. I've been playing too much Apex. Yeah. Somebody said, what are you doing on the floor? Would you like to have a seat? She's hanging out with the dog. Slightly OCD map. No, it's like the soundproofing of the room is so balanced that I am addicted to the sound quality. But when it's slightly, what's my rank on Apex? Right now I'm like 200 RP away from diamond, so I'm like, I was grinding that out over the weekend. But I'm diamond on Apex. This season I'm trying to get it with my buddies. How goes it today? I'm up whatever you see on the screen plus a little bit more. I need to update my screenshot here. I haven't even touched my Tradeifys yet, except for this one account. Not picking up too much momentum today. Honestly, I don't even care anymore about this. I'm going to take profit on that little leg there too. Call it. Fully flattened out. I'm just scalping this now. I'm not even like holding runners anymore. Oh, what the heck? Now I added 5 more evals to the mix, by the way. So the screenshot today is going to be a little bit longer. Wait, how do I have 6? Oh, I bought 6 on accident. Oh, okay, I got 6 more then. Okay. Alrighty. I thought I bought 5 and I ended up buying 6. So these guys down here are the new 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 6 instead of 5. I thought I bought 5, but maybe I miscounted. So these are evals right here. So the new ones, and then Tradeify barely touched these today. Yeah, I'm not in a trade anymore. No, I closed everything out. I had 2 contracts at 840, 871, and 946 were like 2 of the newer evals. I thought they were going to be no consistency when on the eval side, and then I realized there's no consistency on funded. So it doesn't really change anything. I probably shouldn't have bought them, but whatever. Hey. I know you don't have to shut the door now. Only when I'm talking.
You're making me freak out.
No, only when I'm talking and you're here for long periods of time. Sounds like. I know I'm so crazy. Why do you like me so crazy? Have fun today.
Just say I like you.
Why do you like me? I know. Hey, when these guys come today, I'll go downstairs.
Everything should.
Bro, I wouldn't. I'm like 20% certain he's the fan of the project.
Yeah, we can actually sue them. I looked at the contract.
Oh,
He can't
okay.
just do that. He has technically.
Oh, okay.
He's supposed to finish paying because he.
Yeah, okay. That's true. You better show up then. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Won't they move me once I go live? They don't have a live program yet. That's the thing. And yeah, the idea is if they have a live program, then probably all of those accounts might go to waste. But it's not that big of a deal. In all honesty, that's pennies to me. So none of it really matters. The marketing potential of getting the world record payout is was amazing. Or to be the first trader to go live or whatever. Like I said, I'm prepped to use it as a marketing thing more than anything. Winning contests and being like the biggest payout they've ever had and all that stuff. Just good for the brand, you know. It's a misrep. No, so it's only on when okay, so when they call their funded next account is their funded account. They call it the challenge account, which is their eval side. So the marketing says, no consistency rule on legacy funded next account. So as confusing as it is, funded next account means the funded account at funded next. They call it the funded next account. That's where I got confused myself, because I thought it said, because above it, the thing says 25% off all challenges, and below it, no consistency rule on legacy funded next account, which is actually accurate. It's just I didn't see the funded next account because I looked at it too quickly. Yeah, so it's only once you go funded, but then it doesn't even matter because you're not even caring about consistency when funded anyways. You're not going for like you have to trade 5 days anyways. If you have 40% still or greater on 5 days, you're doing a lot of YOLOing anyways. And you're probably, you shouldn't get a payout if that's what you're doing, according to their, rules. After 5 days of normal trading, you should be below 40% unless you just swing for the fence in one account. Even if you did do that, just trade a couple extra days to bring it down. Not a big deal. Consistency on funded is more of a marketing thing anyways right now. It really doesn't change much at the bottom line. It just keeps you from getting a home run in one payout and flipping the account to get paid. But you can do that now for these next 4 days or whatever. So the goal is, once you go funded in them, just freaking swing for the fence, flip the account, and get your payout. But what I'm not going to do is swing for the fence and try to get a payout, because even if I pass these, they just go on the backlog because I already have active funded accounts. I can't even use them. They're just off to the sidelines. So, but even so, I'm not trying to trade funded next to just make 10K real quick and get a payout. Some of you guys, that's a good strategy. The only reason I'm using funded next is so I can market. Look at me, I made, 200,000 whatever dollar payout here, the biggest payout they've ever had or whatever. That sounds cool to me. If I were to trade their program, I honestly, if I weren't going for the home run, I would be doing the rapids. The rapids are smooth and steady and quick. That's what you care about. If I were trying to make like a solid income, a couple thousand here and there, and like consistently pulling payouts, I would stick with the rapids, 100%. But the legacies are like, put in work for a month, and if you're a really good trader and don't blow them up, then you can, bam, here's a, humongous payout. Then everybody is like, wow, that's cool. And then you get eyes on you and stuff. And, but like normally I wouldn't trade my real accounts even like this either. You load up on the rapids. Yeah, the rapids are, that's the hot sexy, the rapids. I've just been scalping like, 40 points left and right today at the open. Nothing been too crazy on this. There's not a lot of movement left, I would say, to the downside. But if we get lucky, dude, I'm saying if we get lucky, I've got B pluses here. This is B. I'm going to call this a B as well, not a B plus, even though resilience is supporting it. Because it's irrational, I would advise to size down anyways, because outside of the box or outside the DD band keeps it a little crazy. Nice, slow, easy day, baby. Bum, 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 bum. right. Oh, all right. This is in production. We can with these settings. Okay, we can save. Chart layout, auto save. Okay, there's a new release. Actually, let me double check this. Let's go to settings, chart, layout, auto save. Perfect. Okay. Hold on. Turn off auto save and use the highlighted save to save indicator. Don't use the save window layout. Okay, why do we turn off auto save for this? Why? He says to turn off auto save, and then I draw an indicator as an example. Let's draw the rainbow of death Fibonacci, and then me store ahead and store everything. Like, okay. Then we go to default, save layout. Okay, hold on. It's very convoluted. What the hell am I supposed to do? Use a highlighted save to save indicator. Okay. Save layout. All right. And then when I refresh. Oh my God. It should save that thing I drew. Not sign into futures account. Oh, okay. That's weird. I'm literally connected. Let me try this again. All right, let me try this one more time. Let's log in here. And it saved the drawing. Okay. Okay. But the template is what I want fixed to go with it. Okay. All right, there's some cool platform updates here. If I ever pick template and call it ruler, that way it auto draws the template every time. If I save this way, save layout, save layout. Okay, now if I refresh the platform, it's so weird. Do y'all get this like broker error thing where you gotta like change the format? I'm gonna put in a bug here too. Hold on. Also, okay, let me work on this. Daily, yeah. All right. Something, it has something to do with authenticating your thing. What you actually have to do to get around it is you need to just basically like load up your anything that's like an equities data. It has to do with switching between the environments. When you open up a futures environment, it has a thing. So all you have to do is switch and switch back. So what I normally do is I'll save my Did it save this? No, it still draws the rainbow by default. Okay. Okay, so that'll be our new, that's our new thing. All right. Yeah, so let's do this. Save layout, and this is what I normally do, is I'll do that. Refresh the platform. There's no error. Oh, there is an error, huh? Oh, that's because I didn't see. So you got to save the default. Like, save the layout like this. Yeah. It's a bug from switching between the environments, because what it's trying to do is grab the futures. It's trying to load the futures data before it authenticates or checks. Before it checks that you're actually logged in. That's the failure, and therefore it bugs out. When you save a layout with futures by default as your starting ticker, have it make Alrighty, so here, SPY, then I'm gonna load up futures, S&P should load up, then I load up NASDAQ, and NASDAQ should load up, just like it did with my drawing saved. Yep, that's good. Well, it's good. It's a good step in the right direction, which is gonna save yellow lines and all that other stuff, which is good. But turning off auto save, that's not good enough. We need to have it also save automatically. Where I'll save your drawings too. So yeah, we have a new release we're working on, kind of finishing up the patch from the last thing. Yeah. So he understands what I was saying there. Okay, guys. Pretty cool. Like I said, I got like 25 jobs these days, I feel like. Bigger P&L today because I threw some new evals on them in the mix here. My 5 Tradeifys, and I got a whole bunch of new Fund and X evals from the new sale that I bought. Ooh. All right, guys, it's almost time for giveaway time. 6896 yellow line from which move? Hold on. I lost your comment. Where'd it go? So this environment, guys, we're like one Trump tweet away from some volatility. I could keep longing at the open. It's not produced any like sizable amount of momentum, which is good. This time around, I'm going to avoid taking the long at the open. I'm going to wait just to see what ends up happening. I'm not shorting a DD band. As a matter of fact, Nasdaq, I will be longing at DD band when this pull back to here. I want to see that 725 long or 720 long, 662 long, all of that. Let me delete that and chill. Where the hell? I lost your comment. Wait, the one that's asking about the yellow line. Damn it. Oh, bearing bulls. I found it. 68.96 from September 3rd move. Okay. Let's find it, broski. This is the one? You have the day right. September 3rd is the Tuesday, right? Oh, from this day. Oh, ooh, I didn't do one. Yeah, you're probably right. Hold on. I don't know where it is, so I'm going to assume it's there. How did I overlook that one? Oh, you are right, sir. I forgot one. Yeah, so you're probably, I'm going to trust your word over mine because I didn't do it at the time. Yeah, I'm scooting it up just a teeny bit. It's not off the base. It's slightly higher. So 68.96. Good deal. Okay. How did I overlook that one? Yes, sir. I'll give it to you. Glass up, you have surpassed the master. I did overlook that day. See, this one's all right. And we have this one in NASDAQ. 892. Check this out, guys. Yellow lines. 68. Wait, hold on. 58.92. And I drew that one this morning, by the way. And I showed you guys how we drew this. This is the new technique. The newer technique with this one. Since a gap, let me teach you guys something. A gap up is considered an impact event, just like a move in the daytime. Like if the market's trucking along and Trump tweets something in the daytime and it moves, you guys know the drill. Draw your red line, draw your anchor, draw your yellow, right? We know the tricks. Also, when markets gap up, it's still considered just like an impact, the same thing. The half gap is measured. The distance from low to the expanding volatility creates the same quote unquote red line, and you also create a yellow line off of that. This gap up also can create a yellow line. This is a new invention, but it's kind of along the same philosophy. We just never taught it. It was always believed that you treat gap ups that don't fill the halfway point, right? Is still open. Like this is a huge gap up. You can create an impact red line just the same way. Now in this example, the impact red line had been touched, but there's still a yellow line pivot. Now the question is, what do we do about that? Technically, the yellow line would disappear if the impact line was touched. But even so, you still see there's resistance with volume at that spot to the penny, which is kind of neat to see. Technically speaking, since the red line was touched, it should be erased, right? As the rule stands, but I'm observing it because we don't really have a lot of info about how to treat the gap ones. That makes sense. Like today would create a whole new one as well. Is that gap still strong enough that when the red line is touched, we still consider this as resistance pivot? And I'm just observing it today. Not canon, but just observing this. I calculated this level. 892 was the top. That's why I'm not shorting too much. I mean, longing too much into it. I'm staying on the sidelines. I'm definitely not shorting this. Shorting this is pretty dangerous. I've been trading long enough. To not want to short against a Trump tweet on the trade war. Yellow line is good, man. It is a good short setup that flips to polarity. That's about when I close out my longs. I didn't flip to the short side, but obviously you can see that there's a little bit of pullback from that 890 level. That lines up perfectly with our levels. You guys are nailing it in chat. I see that. 892 was it. And look at this, right to the penny, baby. Now, I don't take these short scalps because I hate fighting against the curve of the movement, but I definitely did exit my longs there. But you guys, it look like you're taking a little short scalps in here, pretty nice. A little quick 30 pointer there. We all kind of had that same sort of understanding that longing into yellow line is not the best approach because you get a lot of resistance there. So that's why I'm kind of flat. I don't like to take short scalps in a bull market. I don't short above DD bands at all. I feel like that's bad practice. So for myself, I wasn't doing anything, but I'm not longing from here for sure. Oh, the chart size, my bad. Here we go. Whoopsie. Sorry about that, y'all. My bad. I get so distracted sometimes. All right, let's do giveaways. Good giveaway time. All right, so I got Andrew. I hooked up. Okay, so here's the new role, Here's the new prizes. The songwriting competition prizes. Finally this weekend, I caught up with everything I needed to do. The guys didn't come work on the project Saturday and Sunday because it was raining. I had 2 days to catch up. Songwriting contest. The winner in each category gets a lifetime. Everybody else gets a coupon for $1,500 lifetime. We never do that. It's always $2,500 lifetime in general. So if you're in the top 10 or whatever, well, I don't know, whatever I told them, there's a huge group of people that are going to get a $1,500 lifetime if you opt to take it as an extra bonus to your additional prizes. Let me tell them what I said. Everybody who was in the finals will get something. So if you're in like I think it was the top 16 or whatever, every finalist will get at least one prop account. If you were in first place, you got the free lifetime. If you were in second place, you're going to get 3 prop accounts. Third place, you'll get 2, and everyone in top 16 will get 1 prop accounts to give away. This is for the songwriting. Yeah, this is how we're doing it this time. So again, essentially, if you made it to the finals, you're getting a prop account. Also, you will get, if you were on the list but didn't win, everybody in the finals will get a $1,500 life, so a $2,500 coupon off a lifetime. The winners got free lifetime. Okay, hold on. Let me tell them real quick. Okay, everyone in the finals in each category gets 1,500 lifetime, gets 1 prop account, then second place each category gets 2 prop accounts. I'm sorry, 3 prop accounts, like 3. And then third place categories are funny, giveaway, and overall. And we'll do like bigger and better prizes next time, more lifetimes, more everything's. So basically, if you made it to the finals, which is like the top 16 and the overall, and like the top 5 or whatever in the giveaway and the funny categories, everyone in the finals can get a prop account for making it to the finals, at least 1. There'll be good ones, like some of our better ones, like Buy Funded Futures or something. Third place gets 2, second place gets 3, first place gets free lifetime. So that's, and then everybody in the finals gets a coupon for $1,500 lifetime, which is $2,500 off the total if you want to take that coupon and use it. So Farina, yeah, now you actually won. Now you actually won a free prop account. So there you go. So that's the new. Yeah. I got to tell you guys, we have a no shorting above DD band rule in my trading style. I don't ever short this. Scalps, yeah, there are some scalps in here, but I'm more willing to just let the market's not going to move on momentum. The momentum is clearly up. Everything is up. It's dangerous to fight the trend. And if you want to get some short scalps along the way, be my guest. You guys can trade however you want. But what I do is I wait and wait and wait and wait. And in case some news event comes while it's sensitive and Trump tweets something and we hit these levels, then I'm prepped and aimed and ready to go to buy the dip there. And that's what I do. I'm patient through these moves up to the top. S&P hasn't broken DD band, so it's looking a little sort of questionable here. Nasdaq is above. So normally, like, you can get some decent little moves inside of it, but in reality, I'm more like waiting for a quick dump so I can get a quick buy rather than I am trying to scalp this. I tend to spend a lot of irrational days waiting on the sidelines. You guys saw me make some moves today. I got most of my longing done overnight, which was the perfect setups. You know, that was pretty much key. Last night I bought off of DD band last night, which was perfect. And this is the same trade on S&P today. It's just moved up less and less, and resilience is getting less strong. Therefore, we're getting kind of like fewer stocks pushing it higher. Doesn't mean it's not bullish from here. Still pretty bullish from here. It's just not getting that momentum to push higher unless there's a new wave of stocks coming through. I don't think it's going to happen yet. I'm just chilling on this. All right. This is your daily ETF funded giveaway. ETF gives away a direct to funded account every single day on the stream. Now, again, just to repeat, Elite Trader Funding has a really cool launch of a brand new product, a 10K end of the day fast track. You got to pass it in less than 10 days to win. It's $57. I believe all in is what they said. Get funded for $57. That's what it says. So that means all in. I don't think there's an activation fee on that one. Let me double check this before I say something about it. It's $57 all in. First month activation is free. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the first month activation is free. If you pass it, there's no activation fee. That's new for ETF. They're exploring new products. So this is what I like to call the value products and props. You have My Funded Future Scale, Funded Next Rapid, and now end of the day fast track, 10K, $57. It's on the cheaper side for those of you that are kind of like budget limited, which is really, really neat. That launched this morning, by the way. They are coming back with traditional consistency. 40 eval, 30% funded stage, by the way. So letting you guys know that you have power in the prop space. Let me tell you, we got them to change that rule. Rocket Scooter team did. You guys did. We did. They listened to the community, and they've been evolving and trying to make their rules better because they're listening to the community and taking our feedback and suggestions. And the active trading day rule, which I always thought was a better rule, was confusing to the community because they didn't know how to read. Not you guys, but most people. The active trading day rule they used to have was if you blew up with a big win, each additional trade had to be bigger for it to count. You no longer could flip the account. People didn't like that, but I liked it because if you fell into a hole the first day and you were down 6,000 of drawdown, you couldn't just make it back the next day without adding days to the end of your journey. But with active trading day rule is if you make a big win, you just have to keep making big wins. So you never add days to your journey. You just have to have bigger trades along the same days. I think time in market is a worse rule than bigger trades. The longer you're in the market, the harder it is for you to pass. I've been saying that this whole time. So ATD was their way of giving you less time in market, which is a better consistency rule, but the public hated it because the public's kind of dumb. Not you guys, but the public. People are like, I don't understand it. I'm like, oh my God, it's a better rule. But then because it's confusing, they went back to the traditional rule, which people are going to love. But I think the traditional rule is harder because you have to trade fewer, you have to trade more days. Every prop firm out there has the traditional consistency rule. And the next does. They all do. Top Step, all of them. Consistency rule is your biggest trade can't be more than X% of your total, which if you fall into a hole, if Tradeify has an $1,800 limit for 20% consistency on $9,000, then what ends up happening is if you fall $5,000 the first day, then you got to step back up $1,800, $1,800, $1,800 to get out of the hole. It takes 3 days just to get back to neutral. Then you got to do 5 more. Now you're 8 just to get a payout. With ETF, if you fall into the hole, the old rule, you can jump right back up the next day and then still be on the same path with no additional days added to dig yourself out of the hole. It helps you get out of the hole when you fell in because of drawdown, but people didn't like it. And I don't know why, but it wasn't well received. When they came up with that rule, I was like, how neat. That rule is pretty cool. As like a second chance, you can YOLO your way out of a hole and not add days to the end of it. That's kind of neat, but the public was sort of anti-reading, I guess, and didn't think too far ahead. So instead, they took our feedback and said, you know what? People are having a hard time reading and understanding the value here. Just go to the traditional consistency because that's probably what people will relate to better. It's relatable, even though it's less cool. I liked your new consistency rule. They have reverted back to traditional consistency. On eval, it's 40 and funded is 30. This is all of the evidence in the world that you matter in this space. And we matter on this space. They listen. I love it. I love firms that listen to us. You guys gave the feedback. They listened. Pretty cool. All right. They created the static account we asked for. They've got rid of the consistency rule we asked for. This is really cool. It's now going to be much more straight. You guys think it's more straightforward, right? With the traditional consistency rule? I think so. Now, one of you is about to become a funded trader. Yeah, this new account, $57 all in with no activation fee. All right, guys, ETF. We're about to give away a direct to funded account. Direct to funded is a great program they have there. Direct to funded is funded immediately, out the door, no eval. Moon above the street. My compass flickers in a sideways. Funded from day one. None of the psychology of I gotta pass eval. Okay, now I'm funded. Pressure's on. Direct to funded day one. They're a very awesome program. Direct to funded is great. And one of you is about to become a funded trader for free. The days grow longer, color washed away. Life feels like an echo fading out of play. I hunt for answers, moving through the dark. Like price lost pre-market, far from opening spark. Lost in myself, far from the bright lights charm. An unseen canyon calling open arms. It isn't just the candles, it's farther than the chart. A spirit cry that thunders in the heart. The nights keep staining with the same old ache. An endless hollow, no apology can shake. I scan the heavens, then I scan the tape. Still reaching for a holy line to break. Some days a storm sets anchor in my chest. A daily fight that never calls for rest. Not merely sadness, no ruthless pull that tears the soul where laurel's shadow falls. US8U. Well, you didn't claim it. I didn't see it. Moving on. All right. This is Rugged the Lamb, dude. All his songs are bangers, man. He said he didn't want it. Oh, okay. Already logged back into your dad's account. Y'all are savages, man. Ryan H. So many Ryans. This one was Ryan H. You know, iDoc bought me some killer balloons. These things are still standing after like a week. I got balloonception going there. I've got like balloons inside of balloons inside of balloons. No hesitation there. Ryan H, baby. The other two Ryans are full of tears right now. There's a new Ryan enters the picture. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Ryan H, excellent. All right. Do a couple more. I move with the rhythm market, please don't fall. No longer lost, soul sinking with the YouTube hates you guys spamming FU, so it kind of throttles the chat. We'll do 2 My Fun and Futures now, and then in 20 minutes we'll do the other, I don't know, 8 or 10. Did you like the 25K Fun and X, Moses? Did you have fun with that one? It's a good plan. From finish to restart. All right, you guys, smash it, smash it, smash it. Guys, MFF, type it in chat. Let's go. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. My funded MFF. Type. I'll put a new song on here. Red Biff wrote a song called, oh, we have a bunch of them. A laser tag song, the Rocket Scooter Reaper. You work at Arby's on the side. Oh, I love it. Hold on.
Rocket Scooter mad, trading fast as fuck. You over there counting candles when you should be counting luck. 40K day, hooray! You're probably sitting down. Sign my contract. That's a picture of a clown making Arby's trade while you work at Arby's. Order filled 10K. Order filled, sir. Do you want fries with your shake? I'm making Arby's trade. You probably work at Arby's on the side. You look like a walking pump and dump. Rocket Scooter at the walking edge.
All right, spinning the wheel. 10, 9, 8, 7. They cap the songs these days are like memeing Lance. It's so funny. You probably pee sitting down, you're like a walking pump and dump. All right, 2 now, and we'll do the rest in 20 minutes at the half hour. Yeah, so you see how the market's inching up. This is why I don't take short scalps in a bull market. It's going to be really hard to get bearishness. Volatility's in decline. We're below the half gap. Sorry, we're below the contango midpoint. So there's not a lot of volatility and not a lot of natural selling either. People were kind of very bullish on this trade war sort of stuff. CPU game. You guys are gonna love My Fun and Future scale account. It's probably like, I would say in general, My Fun and Future scale account with the add-on to get a $6,000 payout, and their core account when now has the add-on for the $3,000 payout is the best prop account in the game right now. I would say all around value. Funded Next is cool. Like if you want the big uncapped payouts, but for the value. The scale, the core account is slightly better. I would say value-wise, it's infinitely better, but slightly better overall than the Fund and Next scales. Fund and Next Rapids, they're like side by side. Rapid, you get your payout quicker. Core, you'll now get a bigger payout. So it's up to you to decide which one's better. Neck and neck are the two best prop accounts right now for both value and payout speed. Fund and Futures Core and Fund and X Rapid. They're like neck and neck. Now ETF enters the game with the value product, a 57 all in. That's pretty crazy too. Insane. What I not like about TPT? Oh, I love TPT. Well, okay, let me start over. You guys love TPT. I've actually just never used them. I don't have capacity to manage. Look, I only do prop accounts on my stream because I get paid to do it. You know, I don't need to do prop accounts. At my level, prop accounts are to be relatable to you guys. Matt Bay, right? You guys all use props. I need to understand how props work and how to trade them and how to teach you guys how to trade them. So people are like, why don't you trade this? Why don't you trade that? I don't really trade props. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm doing it to show off, to get live accounts. If that's it, the prop payouts and all this is pennies to me. It's not really that big of a deal. Hell, let me give away one more. So the only reason I don't do it is because I just don't really trade props that much. And I'm only doing a one or two challenges at a time. You know, honestly, that's basically it. TPT, I'd love to check out and try. The only reason I haven't is there's just no room really like in my day to kind of manage something else. And I love, like I said, I really support my Fund and Futures. I really support Fund and X. You know, all the bigs that we work with, I definitely support them. But you know, to be relatable to you guys, for sure, I need to be kind of in the prop industry. But if I had to choose what I didn't like about TPT, it's got trailing drawdown once you go funded, but it's not a big deal once you get over the buffer. It's just not, you know, not worth my time, I would say, to continue to push too hard in props. I do like my real money trading. That's kind of like the bigger, and the prop is right now just for, you know, showing off for the most part. But also I like being involved in it because it helps me understand the industry better. And I could teach you guys, like with the boot camp, like how to navigate through props because I'm doing it myself. It would be kind of like hard for me to train you guys if I wasn't like also going live. Like if somebody's like, hey, let me teach you how to trade props so they've never done it before. Real trading, as I've learned in my journey with props this year, is not the same as props. Trading with Justin, you guys are the 3 winners. I did 3 instead of 2. Matt Bay, CPU game, Ryan H, y'all are the winners. The 4 of you guys need to go to the Discord. You need to go to the contest channel. Bro, we got like a Power Rangers kind of sound. Very Pokemon sounding. I love it. This is Red Biffs. Winners, go to the Discord, go to the contest channel, locate Slacks and admin, send them a message with a screenshot of your YouTube ID. Is songwriting price per entry or per person? Per entry. Andrew, it's per entry. Every song that made it. Yeah, not per person. Clarify that. Yeah, so some of you guys, it's per entry, yeah. So if you made it twice, then you'll get doubles. Yeah. This is a very Capcom sounding song, isn't it? This is like the background music to like the air stage of Mega Man 3. This is like so Capcom, it's crazy. Yeah, totally. It's the synth bass. Oh, 100%. Certainly, this is very Mega Man. But without the lyrics, of course, yeah. Or like the background music to like one of the fighting stages in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. When's the third week of the Ninja Cup? I believe it's next Monday. I still need to get my link from these guys. Oh, I gotta send him a message. Shoot. Oh, shit, I gotta sign the contract. Blech. That's my mistake. Oh, shoot. I gotta sign this thing. Alright, I gotta get you guys the link for that. My bad, my bad, my bad. Dude. Whoopsie. Okay, whoopsie. This is my fault. I knew I was forgetting something. Cool song, cool song. Okay, hold on 1 second. I had to get a link for you guys to sign up for the Heat 3 for the... So don't sign up yet. Let me give you guys a link for it. Hold on. Okay, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Okay, I gotta fill this in. Okay. Whoop. Finish. Okay, my bad. Okay. Let me send the ninja guys a message real quick. Shoot. Oops. All right. All right. All right. All right. And really quick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna blast out that link today. I'm gonna get a link to sign up for the ninja competition. Take Profit just sent me an email thanking us for all our supports up there. So I just got a personal email from the guys over at Take Profit thanking us for like a good year with them and for all the support, and also offering me a swag bag. So they were asking me like what I like. So I'm probably going to be getting something pretty cool like raffle the swag bag. I think it's going to be like sweaters and hoodies and all that other stuff. The song is supposed to be background music. LOL. Yeah, exactly. So two things, right? Tradeify is having a tournament and Ninja Trader's having a tournament. Ninja Trader is just a link I'm going to give you. Sign up with my link if you can. I think they're tracking that for the third round qualifier, which is not this week, but it's the next week. I'll give you guys a link. Use my link to sign up. Tradeify, also use my link to sign up. I've tweeted it a couple of times. But when you do sign up, you just assign yourself to Team Rocket Scooter. Like, it doesn't even matter if you use my link or not to sign up. You can change your teammate on the dashboard. So when you're on your team, Team Rocket Scooter, man, we're going to win this thing. Yeah, hopefully I get a TPT letter jacket, right? Wait, Tony, wait, you say TPT is so frustrating? Or Ninja's frustrating? Which one? The Ninja Trader competition must be really difficult. It's kind of janky, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's a single day qualifier. 1 day, full port, YOLO, trade 6 different contracts kind of thing. If you already sign up for the tournament on Tradeify, you go to your dashboard to the tournament, the Arena Cup. You go there and it has a drop down at the top that says choose your team, choose Rocket Scooter. For Ninja, there's no teams. You just sign up with our link and we get credit for it. I'm trying to establish a really solid partnership. NinjaTrader is going to sponsor our stream. They're only doing a few streamers like Pat and us, a couple other people, probably total. So like sponsored by NinjaTrader sort of thing. We'd have like NinjaTrader ads and whatever. NinjaTrader prop, sorry, TraderBait prop. And so I'm trying to like establish a good rapport with these guys. Like clearly my, you know, dislike for Project X and Top Step and everything. You know, clearly I'm, you know, on team TraderBait here. The Ninja tournament's kind of janky, yeah. 1-day qualifier is kind of like, it's a dice roll contest, dude, at this point. It's even worse of a dice roll than the BDH one was. At least the BDH is 5 days of qualifying, which there was a lot of strategy in that one. It wasn't just a dice roll. Remember, I took like 12 trades that first day. It wasn't just a single YOLO like people were saying. What the 50K was, but I also made $27,000 additional dollars day trading it all day. And then maintaining the lead and you know, trading a certain degree after that. There's a lot of strategy to that. NinjaTrader's qualifier is you got to pick the right trade and get the right side and roll the dice out the door. That's basically it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Top Step is doing something very disgusting to the industry. Like chasing down, I mean, love or hate Pat, Top Step is just really showing what they can do to their customers they don't like. When prop firms start bullying customers in any degree, what's next? Banning people from Discord, you know, when people are complaining they're not getting payouts, silencing them, threatening them with lawsuits. Like, you got to be very thin skinned as a prop firm to like really want to go after, you know, an influential person in the community. Dude, there are so many people like messaging me, they're boycotting Top Step now because of just the idea that they would be like that and not just shrug it off. Like, you're very insecure at that point if that's the step you have to go. Yeah, I understand he violated a contract or whatever, but they can settle it with arbitration. Like, you know, there's a monetary damage, tell him, he'll pay it off, whatever. They want to make an example out of him for mouthing off. Like he basically made fun of his wife and whatever. Pat went, you know, an extra mile or whatever, but the handling of it's very unprofessional. A really professional firm would have arbitration and settle out for whatever Pat breaches contract. There's a fee, pay it off. And he's actually begging them, hey guys, let's settle. Like, what do you want? I'll donate to charity. What do you want? They don't care to. They want to make it hurt. So because of that, like I wouldn't, not tell you guys what to do. I wouldn't get 10 feet near them because who's next, right? Imagine voicing your opinion against a firm. I mean, he thought he's properly whistleblowing on the shit like Project X is, you know, hiding the fact that they're sharing customer data with other firms, with each other and things like that. You know, it's like, he really brought that to the attention of the public. Now we all know, oh yeah, Project X is owned by Top Step. We all kind of knew that. I mean, I knew that, but now everybody knows it. So now when you buy a Tradeify account with Project X, you know, Michael Paddock's got your data. He knows what you're longing. He knows what you're shorting. He knows what you're doing over here. Imagine a superior overlord monitoring everything you're doing when you didn't necessarily authorize them to do so, unless you read the fine print, which does state Project X will package and sell your data. Go read it. It will package and sell your data to their third-party partners, which they don't explicitly state are Top Step. So let me read the fine print for you. Hi, thank you for signing up for Tradeify. That's a competing prop firm, but us at Top Step now have your data. Every trade you've made, every draw, and you take your trading history, and now we can judge you in the future. In future payouts, we know what you're doing. We have already pre-existing information about you and you didn't even know that, right? And so that's kind of what I protest against. I find it to be very dirty and a conflict of interest to not explicitly state that you are that third-party partner, but that's what's happening. Your data is being sold, but not sold, but shared with Top Step. Use Project X, congratulations. And so I protest against that. But imagine like, you know, trying to whistleblow on that, and then, you know, you're kind of now caught up in a lawsuit. You know, and Pat's just like, hey, I'd love to settle, you know. I violated my contract, but I feel like I'm properly whistleblowing. So here's what happens, right? And I don't know if Michael Paddock's the world's dumbest motherfucker, but if this thing goes to discovery, to prove his point, Pat can just get every piece of detail dumped to the public. Like, I in Top Step's shoes, I would be scared to have my operations leaked to the public. So I don't know why they'd be going through with it other than intimidation, trying out money. Pat, but he's rich enough to handle it. Oh, discovery. Oh, imagine what we will learn about Top Step's inner workings. Pat just fights for the data to not be attorney's eyes only. He can get that shit and just dump it to the public. They got to be the dumbest motherfuckers. Prop firms are gray area, if at best, how they even fucking exist. I don't know why they let Pat pierce the veil. He's rich enough to do it. But anyways, whatever. I think it's kind of like my whole beef is that I don't want a prop firm running the API, gathering data from all competing prop firms, and then sort of like screwing you out of payouts, instructing other prop firms what they're supposed to do with you. Imagine that you're trading a prop firm and Project X is like, no, this guy's longing here and shorting here. You ban him or we block you from our API. You know what I'm saying? The power that can come of this, I just see 10 steps ahead as a 4D chess playing businessman. The bad stuff that can come from giving one company too much power in the industry. 26K, is that how much I made today? 26. I usually trade all-time highs very, very, very slow. I trade on long, strong pivots only, yeah. Yeah, where's the short? No short today. Paddock will be eviscerated. Oh, 100%. Like Pat's playing one instrument in public and playing a different instrument with his lawyers. I'm just, if I were Top Step, I would be absolutely scared at what's about to come. Pat knows exactly what he's doing, man. It is going to be so great to see the lid blown off of everything Top Step's done. Oh, that's his goal. That's his goal with the whole thing. I'm 100% certain he don't want to settle. He wants you guys to think he wants to settle. He wants to ruin them, and he will. Because I know what he's going to find out, and a lot of people know what he's going to find out. And dude, he's going to hurt the image of that company so bad. If it goes that far, they got to be the dumbest motherfuckers. Blinded by ego, man. If I were him, I would settle as fast as fucking possible. But whatever. No, Top Step is suing Pat Whelan, man. He has crushed everyone that fucked with him. He's got money and he's got an ego and he doesn't care. He hates those guys. And, oh, I mean, the problem is the fallout from that lawsuit might change the prop industry. You're getting regulators looking at it. I mean, he could damage, the whole fallout could damage the whole industry. Because now regulators can be like, oh, well, wait, this is what's going on? Okay, all right, well, let's start. All right, let's just get rid of it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, the futures, the one thing I know about the futures industry is they don't like to be embarrassed. And if Paddock ruins props for everybody because he's a fucking thin-skinned child of a man because he can't handle a few bad words about his company, he could possibly ruin props for everybody. Regulators will find this to be embarrassing to the industry. So anyways, you always ask me like, Matt, what's your beef with Top Step? They need to stop with their Napoleon-ish sort of conquesting of the prop space, gathering data from competitors and things like that. It only gets worse from there. So that's my beef. That's how I feel. As long as regulators find a way to get out of the pie. Now, regulators are independent from the industry folks, right? The industry is getting the cut of the pie. Regulators don't get a cut of the pie. If they do get a cut of the pie, then that's a little illegal. The regulators just, you know, are lobbied in a way, but I don't think the regulators are going to get a cut. In general, I think that the industry is going to lobby to the regulators so the industry can maintain a cut and prove to the regulators that props are healthy for the industry. Because bringing, you know, and then the regulators are going to have to try to make it healthy for everybody. But regulators, they're regulating. Don't think about fines. Yeah, they do, right? Yeah. Yeah, to me, shady things are happening in the prop space. And this lawsuit is going to blow the lid on some of it, especially like the one that has their dirty fingers in a lot of things that's not necessarily public. So I don't know, man. I would be in Top Step's boat. I would pay Pat off again and settle, or I pay him off and settle in some kind of agreement. But that's just me. That's just me. My trade, yeah, the Ninja Trader Cup. So I'm gonna have a link for the Ninja Trader Cup to give to you guys to sign up for round 3. So I'll be doing Heat 3, which I think starts next week. Qualifier 3. Today is qualifier 2, I believe. So everybody here, we've all been asked to compete in qualifier 3. So Ninja Trader specifically, I was signed up for qualifier 2. They said, Matt, I want you to do qualifier 3 and all of your people to do qualifier 3 as well. And we're gonna give you a link so y'all can all sign up for it. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right. See, this big kind of like a slow moving market today, 60 points Nasdaq. Not too much. Yeah, so ETF is waiving their activation fee on the first. Oh, I gotta answer. I got like so many. No, it's not, it's. I got so many questions about the plan. The next plan. I'm all over my Twitter here. Man, I've got like a bajillion questions, you guys. I'm sorry I haven't got to them yet. Okay, just chilling now. All right, market's inching higher and higher. When you started watching me months ago, you had never traded overnight, started every day with a clean slate. What changed? The bull market, because the bull market has had good trades every night. Sometimes I trade overnight, sometimes they don't. What a weird question to ask me. Like, why am I trading overnight? I don't understand. Not to make fun of you. That just is like a dumb fucking question, because there's setups overnight. When you started watching me months ago, the market was crashing when Trump was shitting on the world when it comes to the trade war. I probably didn't touch the market overnight for 3 months. Bull markets are nice and clean. Oh, dude, I get bangers every day. In the daytime, though, I have rules to prevent, you know, over trading at a certain place, right? Yeah. I think more people want to see me hand them call outs. That's what it is. Right now, my goal is to be FundIndex's biggest payout they've ever given for futures. So my goal is to take every A or good setup I got. Last night, I just longed out the door. There's a lot of those. Those opening setups are really strong in a bull market. We've had a solid bull market since April. So if you've been watching me since April, I've been showing up with money on the board almost every day, 100%. I set a trade, set a stop, go about my day. It's been pretty easy. Pardon me. People want to see more trades being taken and learn more. The fact that I'm not trading is learning. This is what a millionaire trader does. They don't trade a lot. You guys think you're going to scalp people in this chat. I'm longing, I'm shorting, I'm longing, I'm shorting. None of them are profitable. Don't follow people in this chat telling you you're doing this. Follow the guy that's doing it and tell you, this is how you make millions. Not every move is something you touch. If you overtrade, you're going to lose. My lack of always being in a trade is how I don't get chopped up when Trump tweets something crazy. As a matter of fact, right now, if Trump tweets something and the market falls, 60% of you guys will blow up. I'll make $20,000 in commissions that day, and then I'll buy the dip, my trading account, and walk away with 50 grand on top of it. Trading is about strategically entering when it matters, not catching every little leg of a move. I know from here there's not going to be any momentum. I could feel it. The markets move up and down 7-8 points since it's opened. I've made probably 6-7K, well, not including the eval, so since the stream is open, and probably 20 overnight. There is no setup, right? There's a mild, clean bull market with some good momentum possible if we do dip. And I don't have anything from here other than the chase 7 points in the S&P. The fact that I'm not trading is a testament to my gift as a trader. Yeah. Longing and shorting is how to blow up, right? Gotta be very careful over trading and always trying to find a trade when it's not there. Oh, if I should trade overnight, give everybody the wrong direction. Yeah. The fact that you don't trade is the smartest trade. That's a testament to how good I am at this. Promise you guys. Am I missing out on some long potential? Well, yeah. I mean, I traded NASDAQ 1, 2, 3 times today to here. Inched forward just a little bit. And then I've been flat since maybe 9:30. So about the last hour and a half. In the last hour and a half, the NASDAQ's gone up. Yeah, 30 points, right? I could have got some of that. But the potential of being flat in case we get a nice dip to a strong pivot is exactly what I want to see. As a matter of fact, today, I don't think we'll get it because the VIX is in a place where there's no volatility. We're kind of trapped in a nice non-volatile market. But anything can happen where Trump can like push this market to go lows like this. I'd be willing to jump in on a long there just to complete the move higher. And then the better setup would be to bet that we don't fill the gap right there to there and et cetera there. So I've got plans. I'm just waiting for him to set up. This piece you just said was a gold tip. Honestly, got to tell you guys, I know it sounds funny, but you don't put up the numbers I do by being in the market most of the time. It sounds very counterintuitive, right? It doesn't take a lot to make a lot of money in trading. The more you do, the house's advantage is against you. So the more that you do over time, you're going to lose. This is like roulette. The more you play the game, the more the house eventually wins. The more you're trading, the more you're eventually going to lose. I promise. You have to be a sniper for the 1 or 2 things that works to pull anything consistent out of the market. Most of trading is boring as shit. People think trading is exciting. I make a fuck ton of money as a trader. Stupid amounts of money. Okay. Like, but it's easier to lose stupid amounts of money as it is to make stupid amounts of money. So easy to make money as a trader. It's infinitely harder to keep it. And the reason people lose it mostly is due to over trading or being caught upside down in a weird thing or whatever. The less you do, the better you do. Like, the less you in trading, the less you travel, the farther you go. This is my saying that I have always told people. That's quote me if you want. The less you travel, the farther you go in trading. 100%. The fact that I can get a good setup in 10 or 20 minutes and be in and out, I'm dodging Trump's tweets left and right because I'm out of the market most of the time. It's crazy that this is week 8 of not having a losing day. As I've been trimming my trades shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, fighting off the volatility, I've managed to dodge almost every. I got caught off guard one time, but I managed to turn that loss into a win by the end of the day by buying the dip. So I've dodged like the Trump tweets and this and that by just being kind of sidelines, because I know the environment that we're in is prone to, we're one tweet away from a market crash. It really is. So a buddy of mine that used to trade annuities, my friend Keith, one of my first friends that I knew in trading. Well, we grew up together. He's not my friend that unalived himself, unfortunately. Keith was a buddy of mine that we grew up. We went to kindergarten together. His dad was my T-ball coach. And so Keith is a annuities trader in Austin. And he used to tell me, you know, we have this saying in trading is like, we don't pick up pennies in front of a steamroller. Because sometimes when the writing's on the wall that the market can just move very quickly, it's very known that it's easy to scrape together like $100 here, $100 here, $100 here, $100 here. But the minute the steamroller comes, you're going to erase a month of work. And so we try not to peak up. No, Keith wasn't the guy. Keith is very much alive. He's an annuities trader. They trade fixed income products. So most of trading fixed income is pennies all the time. But, you know, essentially, when there's a steamroller, you don't need to go up there and you know, jump in front of it just to get a few pennies, because the risk is too high for the tiny little reward. And I promise you guys, people are like, why are you making money overnight and not making much in the daytime? Because there's not much to be made in the daytime. The daytime strategy is very regimented. I'm carrying almost an 80% win rate. For me, the consistency is the sexy part. The fact that when Trump tweets something, magically I'm on the sidelines. How many shorts could they make from last week on YouTube when I'm like, yep, I'm just on the sideline, and then the market tanked and everybody was calling me a wizard. Like, Matt, how do you know these things? I don't know these things. I've just learned mathematically, the shorter my trade time is, the easier it is to dodge between Trump's lightning strikes. I promise. All I'm waiting for is a half gap tap or a DD band tap on NASDAQ. 719, I'm back in on the long side. 662, I'm back in on the long side. Well, the chances of it happening are very small. We need some kind of event. So I'm betting that an event could happen, right? Give us a nice little dip to buy and I'll get right back in on the long side. The winnings overnight, when no one is watching, don't count for us. Anyone can show up with 100K made overnight off screen. Why do you give a shit what I do with my money? Why don't you just focus on your money? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care how I make my money? Overnight, I don't have a bunch of fucktards bothering me like you are. I could fucking focus on trading. Here, I got to answer questions from fucktards. Jesus Christ. Why do you care what I do? Let me make the money the way I want to make it. They're mad because I'm not handing them trades on a silver platter today. Why do you care how I make my money? Why does that even matter to you? I don't understand. You guys aren't bothering me overnight. I finally can pay attention to the market. Duh. No, Matt never gets angry. Matt just likes to yell for show. It's all an act. Come on. I just like to, I'm theatrical for the purpose of being theatrical. So anyways, you guys, you have to understand, there's always gonna be a person that's just gonna, look, it's the same person every day, with a different name every day. It's one person mad because they're not making money as a trader, mad because I'm not helping them make money as a trader. Also in the boot camp, I do talk about my overnight setups too. Somebody said other traders show real life P&L. All right, let me just pop a random Fund Index account. Let me take my smallest Fund Index account and let me just pop the overall P&L history. This is the smallest one. This one has 60 something grand of profit. That's the one I'm looking at right now. Okay. I just don't got time to, like, you know, do this, because you're asking. I'll show you. Here it is. Let me hear your screenshot. This is okay. This is, again, I'm just popping one of them. So this is one of my Fund Index accounts. This is the one with the smallest profit. So total profit in all my funded next accounts right now is $270,000. Okay, so write this number down. 270. Okay, I've made 270,000 with funded next. This is the smallest one, by the way. This is just the one with the worst stats. I'll show you the worst of all of them. It's only 70% win rate, which kind of sucks. Gross P&L 64,000. Expectancy $427. Yeah, you're here to learn how to fucking do that. Run up to drawdown ratio. Almost 9-to-1. Any questions? Whoever was saying, other traders are transparent. Here's this. Nobody fucking will show you historic P&L. This is the entirety of this account's history. This is the smaller of the three. Any more questions so I can get back to trading? Would you like to have a 9-to-1 run up to drawdown ratio with $427 expectancy over 400 trades over the course of a month? Haven't lost a day in 8 weeks. Any more questions? And this is my worst account before I get back to the show. Any smoke and mirrors here? I didn't just Photoshop this in the 3 seconds between you asked the question. Now, that's just the one that I had front and center that I was working on trading. So, we good? We good? Everybody here, take a good look. It's only 68% win rate. It's not that great. I know. Don't make fun. Are we good? The person that said, but you have the screenshot thing. It's more for convenience, but if you ever want to see the real thing, just ask me and I will never hesitate to show you. I just don't post it on the screen because I literally don't have enough room to put it on the screen. But there it is. Take the screenshots, clip it, flip it, and reverse it, and we're back. Yeah, and here's the screenshot of that. But yeah, that's the smallest of my funded accounts. I can show you the other ones. They're practically the same. But any questions? Whoever said that? I understand question everything. I'm not mad at you for asking. Please do ask everything. But I promise you guys I'll always show you. I just don't have it up there. The screenshots are legit, by the way. Why so green though? Mine's more red. But I promise I'll always show you guys. I promise. Just feel free to ask as much as you want. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind showing you guys. Yeah, I don't mind at all. You can ask it at any point. Anytime you guys ever want to know, I'll show you. I just don't, yeah, for convenience, I literally just do it this way because I have no more room on the stream. Before somebody goes, well, you can make room on the stream. Look, when you look at this and you look at this and you look at those this way, I get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to put other people's shit on my screen. I'm not taking that away for your convenience. That's some pretty decent money for doing jack shit. So I get this much room because, well, that's all the free real estate that's still left. So that's it. Show the ROI. I don't know how you can show an ROI on a prop account. That cost me $280, $240. What does Apex pay? Oh, nothing. They're going. Apex is gone. I got to get them off the screen. I know. Half gap, boy. What would be the blueprint for a new trader to reach such level? You got to pay your dues, Adam. You got to play the game for long. This is 15 years of trading for me. Total spent per profit. With funded next, I don't think I've spent more than 20 grand with those guys. I've got paid out hundreds of thousands from those guys. At least 100,000 from those guys. Yeah. And with this one being up the way that it is, in about 2 weeks, I could get almost a $300,000 payout. So I showed you guys the smaller of the accounts. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome to ask all the time. I don't mind showing you guys. That's the thing. If you ask somebody like, show me your P&L, a screenshot doesn't mean I'm hiding anything. It's really convenience. If you're like, can I see the historic? Yep, there it is. Right. I'll just take a screenshot of that too and show you. I don't mind showing people. I don't mind at all. Oh, did somebody block that person? Oh, well, it looks like y'all pissed off the mods. I didn't block her, but Looks like some of the mods had had enough. On the participants list. Oh, yeah, Andrew. Okay, I get you. I get you. Did we catch a scammer again? Here. All right, got you, brother. Hold up. All right. Andrew out there fighting the good fight, catching someone scamming our giveaways. Yeah, I never ban anybody. That's the best part. Yeah, I never ban anybody from chat. I don't. I actually let them stay. The mods are usually the ones that do the banning. It never bothers me at all. No, don't type my fun of futures. 2 Discord, YouTube names, same email. Didn't see them in chat, but wanted to double check. Ooh, Andrew catching himself a scammer. Andrew's about to send out the ban hammer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Man, I bet you this S&P trade is going to pick up a lot more steam by the afternoon, though. The last thing I want to do is be picking up a few pennies, though, unless this thing just goes and rips. I don't think we're going to sell off at all. 68.96 yellow line, I think, is coming up, though, now that I look at it. Bearing Bulls had that line today, and I think you were correct, and I did overlook that this morning. 892 yellow line, NASDAQ, same thing. So we're kind of at these peaks here. I don't think this market's going to pull back or sell off. I don't think I'm going to get a decent trade out of this one other than trying to jump in on it. But I think I've made enough today to be happy about it. Yeah, there's no giveaway right now. Not yet. But yes, just because there's a screenshot on the screen doesn't mean there's hiding anything. That's a month of gains. You didn't see pretty much any losing days in there for the most part. 9-to-1 run up to drawdown ratio. What was that? 60,000 something, 70,000 in profit, 67, something like that. $450 expectancy over 600 trades. Are we like, you know what I'm saying? I think I have some pretty good stats. I just don't, like, I get so busy, I forget to brag on it. I should be posting that on socials just to show off. I just kind of forget to do it sometimes. But I promise you this, you can always ask me to show you whatever, and I won't hesitate to show you. That's the guarantee I make. But for convenience, yes, the screenshot is the easiest way to like bunch everything together and show it all in once. But usually the rule is when I flatten all the accounts, there's the photo. So yeah. Was my overnight trade a bounce off an orange line? My overnight trade was longing at the open at DD band. So when the market basically opened, it jumped like this. I jumped in one of my accounts, 10 contracts. Market dipped. I grabbed 2 of my accounts, 10 contracts each on these dips. 3 of my accounts had 10 contracts. A couple of them had 5, others had 3. And then I just did nothing else. As it went up and I was making 2 and 3 and 4 grand a pop, just closing, scalping, DD band long, DD band long, DD band long, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And I did that for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then I finally just sort of like, and this account was upside down, maybe like $7,000, the one that's minus 600. And then I just held on to that. And then once the market went right back to about my starting point, which was about like maybe 750, I closed everything out and I was done, went to bed. It was probably about 10 o'clock last night and I just went to bed. And then today I longed it open for the rest of those trades. Yep. Pat is short 200 contracts. Damn, son, that's crazy. Yeah. 10 contracts. Oh, no, don't fight the Trump, man. I knew it was gonna be crazy. I was like, I'm gonna jump in now because it's gonna go up thousands of points. I'm like, fuck it, all in, let's get 100K. But it sort of pulled back a little bit. And I only jumped in with the one account at 10 right on that opening candle because I don't want to miss out. But I kept everything flat just to buy the dip of DD if it fell. And that's what I did. When it dipped, I just bought more and more accounts. Dude, 200 short. Maybe he just got off the phone with Trump. He knows what's coming. There's a tweet coming or something. Do we consider chaos if outside DD band breaks out of YL and breaks out of bull zone with no other zones above? Not really chaos or breaking out of bull zone, but being above DD band, I wouldn't be shorting. That's kind of the rule I have, is no shorting, which is why it's continued to inch higher. It is actually starting to speed up a little bit here, to be honest, and it looks like it's going to pick up some steam here. even breaking the highs right now. Can I show you the info that what you get from Ian from event? ES Z25 equals 10.08 times SPY. Okay, so what he's teaching you how to do, Kitch, is he's teaching you how to convert a SPY or QQQ level. I think the SPY in Q is the wrong methodology. What he's teaching you is 10.0817. That's typically the ratio of about S&P futures to SPY is roughly about 10. He goes, that's, so he's saying ES is equal to that ratio times SPY. Okay, hold on. That ratio times SPY is converting SPY to ES. So what he's telling you with the 41.3 is 41.3 is the ratio of NQ to QQQ. Those are just the current ratios at the moment in time. If you do a spreadsheet and just like to bring in the real-time data, divide QQQ by S&P, it's roughly 41. We always round to 40, and S&P is 10. We rounded to 10. 40 and 10 are our quote-unquote stop losses, one strike distance. So he's telling you the strike distance equivalent in futures for one strike in the ETFs. That's funny, Kristen. I agree with you. Why not trade copy prop accounts? You multiply your profit with no additional effort. Boy, I love when people say that. Jay, you're missing the second half of that sentence. Can everyone else complete the second half of the sentence there? For Jay? Jay said, great question, by the way. Not making fun of you, bro. 100%. Why not trade copy prop accounts? You literally multiply your profits with no additional effort, comma, you multiply your risk with no additional effort, as Touch just said. Yeah, so in reality, all you're doing is making it one trading account at that point. Think about it like this. Now, think long and hard about this really quick. I love that lesson. I appreciate you spoke up because it's a great lesson. So Jay, pat on back for like bringing this up, right? If you tie them together, it's one account. And say that you have a strong pivot here, here, and here. You get one shot to pick the pivot. Which one do you want? Well, what if you guess this one and the market doesn't hit it and go? Well, you missed out. What happens if you pick this one and the market hits it and you stop? You blow them all out. And then what happens if it rallied from that pivot? Well, you lost even though you were right. But if you split up your risk and you were to long from here, here, and here, then you win no matter what it does, as long as it goes higher than some of them. If it lands here and goes, well, you only had one trade, one account made money. If it goes down here and this one goes, well, you lost in one and won in another, and hopefully they both win. If it goes to here and go, then you get all three of them that wins. If the market falls from here and breaks and you lose all of it, then this is a large loss, medium loss, small loss. They're not even the same loss. So the idea that you treat each trade and probability as a discrete event, you have to trade each one individually such that over time, even if one blows up and the other two win, the opportunity cost is great, because if the one that wins makes $2,000, the cost of the account that blew up was $200. So your actual risk and reward becomes like 10 to 1 and 20 to 1 on some of these trades, leveraging the leverage and prop accounts. Whereas you're not getting 20 to 1 trading in a real futures account. You're leveraging the fact that these are dirt cheap and you're splitting up your risk, allowing some of them to fail so some of them can win. If I paid $200 for this one and it blows up, and $200 for this one and it makes money, then I spent $400 to make whatever that is. And this should certainly be more than 400. It's a math problem. It's a great question. It's leveraging the cheapness of the account by spreading out that very cheap, low risk to leveraging big wins on the chance you are right at another pivot. You don't have to be as exact on which pivot you pick. You can trade all three of them. So imagine if your trade made $2,000 and the prop account costs $200. You can fail 9 times for one of them to make the $2,000 with a 10% success rate to still break even. That's the math of why I teach. Don't copy trade your stuff. Yo, what's up? Dan's in the house. Y'all know Dan Emmons, man. He's an OG in the space, dude. TopSip allows stacking accounts. It matters. It seems like other firms allow it, Matt. Yeah. If firms disallow that because it statistically works, that's the whole thing. Dan's bringing up a great point. If something is not allowed by the prop firm, it's because it wins. And you have to always remember this about prop firms. They're not going to like not allow something for, you know, your own benefit or whatever. If you can't count cards because it wins. And so anything that they don't allow, you have to remember, is a statistical advantage to you. The reason they wouldn't allow it is because you're going to win with it. And to them, it's like advantage play, like in blackjack, right? So the fact that TopStep and others don't allow it is a testament to the effectiveness of spreading out your low risk this way. And therefore, you're leveraging the cheap risk versus the big payout. And that's why most of them had like no DCA rules and you can't stack accounts or whatever. But in general, I'm not martingaling these to success. I have a cluster of pivots. I'm going to trade each one of them differently. Like I have 3 really strong pivots here. I'm not really martingaling the whole way down. I'm going to long here, long there with a few more, long here with a few more, and then stop out of all of it if I'm wrong. But that gives me the chance to make something if that pivots, to make something more if that pivots, to make something even more if that pivots. And then my losses aren't all the same if that happens. Maybe just this one blows up at the X, but these 2 survive with something left. I only lost with 1 account. This is 5 more accounts that still survive. Cascading in bigger on strong bull pivots mathematically is an advantage, taking advantage of the leverage you get from props. Did I study economics at university? I didn't. I learned economics on the streets, baby. Like the hard way as a trader. I'm sure an economist would probably laugh at how like little expertise I have in economics in general. I learned what I call trading economics, like the economics of business is trading. I run enough businesses to know how to manage a business, how to spread your risk out. Like the equivalent of like copy trading is like having 1 item on the menu and that item better be a banger. Like you're like, you know what? I think everybody is going to like toenail tacos. It's just what I think is going to sell. Nobody's going to like that shit. It sounds gross. But you put all your eggs in that basket. No, even restaurants diversify their risk by having different items on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Like a restaurant, a good fancy restaurant might have 5 items on the menu: a chicken, a lamb, a fish, a vegetarian option. It's the same methodology. I kind of like toenail tacos too on good days, but the methodology is the same. No matter who walks into that restaurant, you've got something for them. And no matter where that price goes, you're hitting it with each option. Here, here, or here. Yeah, so the only way that this works is because props are very, very, very cheap. And the payment is really, really, really high. So to combat that, they make the account very, very, very hard to pass with all the rules like consistencies and DLLs and all that. The rules are designed to throttle you from getting to that big payout. It's like Jacob's ladder at the carnival looks so easy. I only got to move like 4 steps. But if you have your arms just a little bit, you're going to fall over. The few steps you have to make are so incredibly hard to get there. Yeah, so that's basically it. Oh yeah, I need to do the new My Funded Futures giveaway. I've got 14 minutes, guys. Type MFF in chat. So the reason the props kind of like, again, if a prop doesn't let you do that, that's a testament to how well it works. But what I do is I always split my risk. It doesn't make sense to buy multiple prop accounts and then tie them together into one. You might as well just trade one at 1/10 of the cost. You're not leveraging the beauty of what a prop is the cheap risk that you can trade independently. People have gone as far, and I don't do this, I promise, but people have gone as far. Sorry, let me clean the participants. Everybody type My Funded Futures one more time. MFF, start now. People go as far as to do that strategy in 2 prop firms, in short, 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 short here, long, 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 long here, and then double down so that they can get there twice as fast on a calendar. Because if you're longing and the market's diving, well, then you lose all of it. You got to wait the next day to make money. But the ones that were shorting made money the whole way down. So when you think about it, some people do what's called prop firm arbitrage, is do that same strategy in reverse like this. I promise you guys, I don't ever do that. It costs a lot more money, and I don't need to do that. I do well without doing that. But there's a lot of people out there that do that, especially on the eval side, just to pass evals very quick. And again, they're leveraging the math of props, cheap risk, high return, and the rules are very hard. So they're just skipping through the rules and just brute forcing it. There's a guy that streams on YouTube. His whole strategy is that. It's the mathematics of cheap props, and it's not, people go, well, that's not really trading. This isn't really trading. That's the point. Props is not really trading. It's a game that's trading themed. And so you have to understand that there are mathematical advantages you can have as a trader by splitting your risk up. It's a lot of extra work, yes, but you've never on this stream ever seen me walk away with every prop account red. Not once. At minimum, some of them are green. And that comes from the fact that if I had 20 accounts and blew up 18 of them and 2 of them made a 20K payout, I profited from the whole endeavor. The whole endeavor still made money because the cost of the prop was so small relative to the payout you can get. And so yeah, like Dan is saying, trading based game theory, like any of the stuff that you do in props, you cannot get away with in a real account. I couldn't do this in a real account. The risk, you're not scaling risk any differently by splitting up other than lowering your overall loss. It's one account. But the fact you have different accounts are discrete individual things that each have their own rules and their own payout, their own drawdowns, their own blow up points. You couldn't do any of this in a real account. Right? This is all gaming the prop game as much as you can. I mean, like the slight advantage is that, especially when the prop firm has 90% off discount, you can brute force your way to passing as many of those things with very limited strategy, because you just treat it like it's throwaway. It's a scratch off lottery ticket. It's $1 here, $20 here, not a lot. A lot of people, including myself, do that. When one of my favorite firms has a 50% off or 30% off sale, I'm not sitting there making trade plans like, okay, let me treat these seriously. I'm like, let me just get them passed as fast as I can before the sale's over. I will still use a trading strategy, but I'm not going to be as cautious because the eval doesn't cost me something if I'm wrong. $20, 90% off Apex. I wouldn't care if I lost it. It's more about speed rather than correctness. But if I'm buying like a Tradeify straight to funded for like $500, no way am I brute forcing that, because $500 is a lot of money to waste to throw at the market. So different setups trade differently. All right, we got to spin the wheel. We got a bunch of these to give away. That's the whole point. Hello. Are they here? Excellent. Excellent. I hear them outside. Okay. You need me to go down there? Did you prep them on what they need to do?
No.
Okay. Is the Sherwin-Williams people coming today?
4.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Volkspart, winner number 1. Are they working on the gate? Let them do that first, and then I'll go talk to him about everything else. He knows what they need to do, I think. Well, at least he didn't stiff us. At least he showed up. Volkspart, baby. Let's go. Yeah. So remember, prop strategy is a little bit different. If you can split up your risk, the overall success rate of your, if you zoom out, don't think of success rate in trading, win rate in trading, whatever, the overall success rate of the enterprise, what you put in minus what you pull out minus taxes, is a higher probability you're going to profit if you split your risk up. And in return, you got to do extra work. Yes, it's not simple to split your risk up and balance a bunch of accounts at first. Now it's got its habit with me. All right, you guys, listen. I don't got time to spin the wheel this many times. How many did I say I was going to do? 10 today? How many do earlier? 4? Let's do 6. All right. the 6 of you are going to win. That's 10 total today. And I do, unfortunately, got to go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We'll be back in the afternoon, of course. Rashi, Matt Evans, Veil of Perception, Trader Ken, Marcio Praza, and Silent Skyline. What a cool sounding name. You guys are the winners. My Funded Futures, 50K scale accounts. Y'all the winners today. Wait, that's 9. Hold on. All right, one more. That's only 9. Winners, go to my Discord, go to the contest channel, message an admin named Slacks, send him a message. Their YouTube ID, have an account with My Funded Futures already. We'll hook you up with your scale accounts. Fantastic. With the new add-on, right, you can get payouts of up to 6K on day 7, 2 days to pass. Sorry, 2 days to pass, 5 days of payout. You can get up to 6,000 of the payout if you make 12,000 total. 50% payout. Bidenex the same way. All the bigger ones. Anubis, you're the last one. Good job. And remember, we'll hook you guys up with those accounts. We love it. My Funded Futures is my my number one prop firm for value per time in market, cost per time in market, cost per payout. They pretty much are A+ all around the board, especially with the new add-ons with the bigger payouts. You really can't beat that flip. $74 on the scale to get a $3,000 payout is 20 to 1 ROI if you pass that one account. Not bad for 7 days of work. If you pass, of course. Prop firm is always hard to pass, but you understand what I'm saying. Compared to all the other ones, the value is pretty good there. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Matt, all the rest of y'all. Matt Evans won twice. Yeah, Matt Evans is a known hacker. Y'all gotta watch out for him. He's over here sneaking in and rigging the spinny wheel. You gotta watch out. Just kidding. Yeah, Ken too. Yeah, Ken also is a hacker. Ken's won like 3 times the last week. I knew it. Gotta watch out for these guys. Yeah, and Fraser won twice last week as well. He did. He won one of the ETF ones. I remember that. Yeah. Matt is like, wow. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This was a fun day. Like, I know there wasn't a lot of action out the door. The market's just been inching along. I took a couple long trades, just a couple long scalps in and out. Didn't put too much on the board, other than maybe like 3,000 or 4,000 maybe on stream. And then the rest of it was last night off of the long. So we will see you guys later. But yeah, I love that conversation about splitting your risk up. Again, it's a challenging thing to balance. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy to do that, but I will argue in a scholastic sense. Don't let me dictate what you guys do with your money or investment. My thing is more like a scholastic debate that I would have with other scholars in a room full of other scholars about the statistics of prop firm victory rates. I would debate to the side that splitting up your risk is a higher chance of getting a payout. Not in all the payouts, but the math equilibrium is that buy 20 to pass 10 to get paid out in 1, and hopefully that one payout offsets the costs of the 19 that failed, right? That's the sort of mentality that I have. If you get lucky to get paid out in all 20, then by God, you lucked out and got a fantastic win there. But the idea is that when you spread out your risk, the overall payout should offset the overall cost much better than copy trading. Like, I would debate somebody on the mathematics of that in a scholastic sense. In practice, while I'm practicing it and doing okay, is it the best in practice? Well, it's a lot of work, right? And it requires almost like expertise in trading to be able to manage it to that degree. And that is a lot to do. And the other side of the argument, it's really fucking hard to do that. I love you, Dan. Appreciate that, man. It really is. It's really hard to balance this many accounts. And it really requires you to just sort of be like an expert at your craft and an expert at your own timing, your own trading, and just basically like whatever your trading style is, you got to be rock solid to be able to have like 5, 6, 7 alternative trade plans to hit each one of them kind of at the same time. Like, and so maybe the benefits of this can only benefit the grandmaster trader who's at the top of their game. Can an average person balance multiple accounts? Absolutely. You don't need 20. maybe 3, right? Like if you want to take that route to do it the way I do it, start small and see, can you manage 2? Can you manage 3? Don't manage 14 or 20 at once separately. There's a lot of work. I agree. But see what you can do if you do want to try it. And like I said, paper trade first, or, you know, try something different when they're like dirt cheap. You know, don't waste a lot of money out there in the prop space. You know, 90% off Apex and ETF sales are the best time to practice splitting your risk up, because it doesn't cost a lot when you're wrong, right? All right, I'll see you guys later. My Fun to TV boys and girls, I'll see y'all over there. And thank you guys for tuning in today. The process of becoming a master bettor. You'll be master betting 12, 14 accounts at once. Talk about them skills. Damn it, I was never supposed to break the fourth wall at that joke, but I accidentally said it. Joke ruined. Master bet. Dude, we have some inside jokes on the stream. It's like, Matt's a master bettor. This is what people said. Matt's a master at betting. Come on now. Wouldn't be Wall Street without a bunch of dick jokes. Okay, we'll see y'all later. My Fun to TV.